Welcome into the stream, you guys. Great to have you here today. Hope you guys are excited for the 10 Builders versus Minecraft World Tour stream. We got an awesome stream ahead of you guys. Hope you guys are really excited. I've been looking forward to the stream for a very long time, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. This has been a long time coming, you guys. I know we haven't exactly been planning this for super long, but the 10 Builders versus Minecraft series has gone on for a very long time. So I'm just really excited to celebrate the Torture Nexus with you guys. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys being here as always. Let's see, we got a whole bunch of check-ins to go through here. Let's see, first of all, Wraith Doge, congratulations on the first. Appreciate you being here right at the beginning, as always. Endy Country 14, Malulu Pug, Charlotte Wrights, Water Ghost, Epic Cat 10, Wraith Doge, Purple Deer, Soul TS3, Galaxy Gamer, Plushy N, Quince's Apothecary, Angie, Levi Gaming, Vito Elizabeth, Evil Artifact, Faz, Sweet Treat, Lesnick, Okami Fan, Invert Witch, Soul, and yes, that is everybody. Okay, thank you for the check-ins, guys. Kiki Mama 66, welcome in. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys are excited for the stream. We have a great stream ahead of us today, like I've been saying. So, how's everybody doing today? We got a bit of a bonus stream today. It's not exactly my typical stream time. We normally don't stream on Saturdays. But hey, I hope you guys are excited nonetheless. This is going to be great. We've got a lot of reminiscing, a lot of history to go through, a lot of celebration of the 10 Builders versus Minecraft series as a whole. And thank you, Quinny, for the sub. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Quinny. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate your support as always. That is very kind of you. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys are excited. Oh, I'm catching up on chat here. Hold on a minute. What is going on? I gotta... Yeah, okay. Right, so if you saw something at the beginning of the stream, no you didn't. Just got done shoveling, happy to watch you while I warm back up. Excellent. I'm so glad you are doing well. I'm so excited for, or so glad you're excited for the stream. I know the Twitch logo covers part of the Twitch chat. That's all good, don't worry about it. Something Stars, Trisha, thank you for the check-ins. Without further ado, gamers, let us get into the stream. Also, do you like my hat? Do you like my Bucky's bucket hat? It's kind of epic and poggers. Kind of epic and poggers, if you ask me. It kind of messes up the lighting of the stream because it's so bright, right? It's like aggressively bright, but it kind of messes up the color balancing of the stream a little bit just for how stupidly bright it is. But it's fine. It's so cute. I'm glad you guys like it. It's a cutesy little hat. You know, what can I say? Desisiak, welcome in. Ooh, I'm just a cutesy little guy. Ooh, woo. Right, okay, let's get into the stream, gamers. Here we are, folks. Here we are in the Void world. Wow, the stream coloring is really messed up. Hold on a second. Do I have to put on a different hat? I might have to put on a different hat. I put on this hat. If I, like... Is that better? I think we're just gonna rock the Bucky's hat today. Screw the stream color balancing. I need my clout. I need my Riz. I need my aura. I need to pat the Leon for the next minute. Why not both hats? Good question. Good question indeed. Anyways, gamers, this is the Void world. This is the same exact Void world that I have brought every single participant into the Torture Nexus. The Divine Bucky. Yeah, it's a good time. Oh wait, you can't see it right now. It's a good time. But yeah, this is the same Void world that every single participant has been a part of. We can go ahead and see we are at exactly 0-0, which is where we always get started. And yeah, in front of us, we have 10 different teleport command blocks going to 10 different builds for the 10 Builders versus Minecraft series. Just to clarify, this started with the 10 Builders versus 1 Minecraft house. This is the like Martian crash spaceship build from a long time ago. If anybody still remembers that, I'd be impressed. But regardless, this goes all the way up to the Haunted Mansion build, which we did for Halloween last year. That was a lot of fun. We got that out right before Halloween. And yeah, this is not going to be including the Industrial Factory video with the redstone farms. It is not going to be including a couple other things. My stream camera's a little messed up here. Let me just scooch that a little bit. yeah, the Haunted Mansion is the last one. It's not going to be covering the duos video from a little while ago either. So, yeah, that being said, we've got 10 to get through. We've got a lot of yapping to do, a lot of celebrating to do, a lot of reminiscing to do about the history of this awesome series here on my channel. So, thank you. I'm glad you like the hat. Yeah, no, it's a sick hat. It's a very, very sick hat. But yeah, without further ado, I'm thinking we start with the most recent one and go down the line to the older one. So we'd be ending off with the very first 10 builders video. That feels like a good way of doing things. But if you guys feel differently, please let me know. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I shall in fact take a sip of my coffee here. But yeah, let's get right into it, guys. Hope you guys are excited. Actually, quick question for you guys. Out of all of these, I'm curious, which one has been your favorite so far? Maybe there is one that just kind of spoke to you, or in Anathra's case, you were a participant on a couple. Either way, I'm curious what you guys enjoyed the most from the series. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the Haunted Mansion. Oh, we're in the wall. Okay. Give me a second. Oh, that TPs you inside. Okay, that's not good. Right, gamers, welcome to, in this case, this is the cutoff. This is not the most recent 10 builders video. I have since done some since then, but this is build number 10, and we're taking these 10 videos at a time. So, yeah, this is the most recent one we will be looking at today. Haven't been here for long, so I've never seen these, only the recent ones. Fair enough, Sweet Tree, fair enough. Favorite was the tower, if only because of Viking's entrance. That one was great. That was actually one of my favorites as well. But yeah, let's take a quick look. As a reminder, this was the Halloween video. This one, I wanted to get out in time for Halloween. The single cobweb on the back, I forgot about that. Something starts with a 25 stream streak. Congratulations, that is huge. That is a very, very big stream streak. But yeah, so I built this mansion actually over the course of a couple live streams with you guys. I don't know if anybody here was actually in those live streams because they were a while ago, but I made the entire exterior of this mansion on 2 live streams with the help of you guys over on the Twitch and the YouTube chats. That was a lot of fun. Lynn Larson Art, thank you for the check-in. This one was a really interesting build because I was doing some creative building just like completely from scratch with you guys. It took a while for this to come together, and admittedly I did do a lot of work off camera as well, but it came together pretty nicely. I really like the way the tuff and the terracotta and the stripped dark oak go together. I think it's a really nice color combo, and then you have the pale oak for accents, right? You have all these kind of darker, more muddier, more desaturated colors, and then you have something vibrant like this white, this bright white to pop. And then, of course, you have the grass and all the foliage and stuff around here. It's in a dark oak forest to make the grass nice and dark and gloomy looking and dark green. Obligatory Twitch turn on my other browser. Thank you, Miss Mori. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. But yeah, so the actual... I love the Axiom versus 10 builders video, but the skyscraper build was also a big favorite. Yeah, both of those are great. Both those are definitely some of my favorites as well. So we're going to be going through the interior, of course, and I'll remind you guys of who the actual participants were for this video. Just because I'm going to have some trouble remembering the earlier ones, but at least for these later ones, I'll be able to remember exactly who did what. So maybe a tad bit difficult, but we'll see. Let's coming on in here. We did make the actual hallways as well. Oh, the windows kind of look like screaming mouths, and that's a vibe. Yeah, no, I can see that. They're kind of going Victorian Dragonfly, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on into the LeonSBU Penguin Cove. This one had Mog Swamp in it, right? Yes, it did. This one did have Mog Swamp in it. The contrast with the Poke Doke is crazy. It's a really nice bit of contrast. Also, welcome, Talls. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I know, this contrast is awesome. The Pale Oak, Dark Oak contrast is great. Love the kind of warm, sort of like browny brown colors here. And of course, the tuff just looks awesome. Tuff always looks great. But yeah, coming in here, we did do the interiors in the sense that we did the interior walls. A lot of this actual decorative stuff was, of course, not done by me. Hello, Shulker Snack. I'm just going to go ahead and give myself night vision, just so we can see everything a little bit better. Have to sleep literally right now, just popping in. Hey, fair enough. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for the check-in. This was done by Fool, the Fool's fam over on Skyblock Kingdoms. And Arlen Ox, welcome in. What are we watching? We are watching the 10 Builders versus Minecraft World Tour, going through all the previous builds of the 10 Builders versus Minecraft series. It's the Torture Nexus. It's been a mainstay on my channel for the past year and change. And I'm very excited to do a world tour with you guys. We're going to be celebrating the legacy of the series. We're going to be reminiscing over all the previous builds and all that. I should probably be using Fulbright, honestly. Yeah. This ceiling design, I'm very proud of this cool ceiling pattern. The smithing tables and the mangrove Sarusi. Thank you for the check-in. You like the hat? Yeah, I got that Bucky's hat. Vex, thank you for the check-in as well. Yeah, this ceiling is really, really cool. I really like how this ceiling turned out. It's nice, like, checkerboard pattern. That was one of the highlights, for sure, during the streams. I really, really like that ceiling. One thing I really like with Minecraft Update is new blocks look awesome in builds, but they also complement and improve upon older blocks. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no. They do a really good job adding in blocks that just work with the general Minecraft ecosystem. Yeah. Right. So, we're just going to take a look at all the areas that I made first before we go into individual people-specific contributions. Well, I guess we kind of can't do that because we have to go through all the rooms anyways, but yeah, this is the hallway. We had these Geen terracotta walls, right? Speaking of Geen, I have changed around the Become Geen redeem, so if anybody wants to try that out, I shall make myself Geen. Love the doors inside the door. Yeah, love the doors inside the door. Hey, Shauna, good to see ya. Welcome into the stream. Appreciate you being here. Oh, there we are. All right, I shall become Geen. Oh! Oh god, my hat is just like a vibrant radioactive white, and the rest of me is Geen. Whoa. Whoa. Right, okay, so let's take a look at people's individual contributions. So I threw Fool into the Torture Nexus for the first time with this video and asked him to make the hallway. And he definitely just, like, didn't know what was going on. His first time, I didn't really tell him what was happening, which is totally not his fault. But he put in some, like, deep slate, he put in some stuff, some banners on the wall. He put in this thing right here. This it's supposed to be me, of course, but because the nose is, like, shrunk down to 1 pixel, it looks like a rat. I always thought this made me look like a mouse or a rat, which I thought was really funny. So, yeah, this is cool. We got some floating candles and some bats as well. As a reminder, right, this is a haunted mansion, right? It's meant to be spooky and all that. So it just kind of works out pretty well. It's Rathu. Yeah, it's Rathu. True. It's freaking Rathu, guys.
What the Sigma?
Hayes, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, so we got a couple bats and whatnot. The stairs make the head rounded to make it more cute. That's true. That's true. The stairs definitely kind of round off the corners of my otherwise very blocky head. It's like you took a hammer to my head and just went like bonk, bonk, and just bumped in 2 corners. But anyways, moving on. This was next. This was the living room, and this was done by Mogswamp, someone who I did not ever really have much contact with, but previous to this, I just kind of reached out to them out of nowhere, so I thought it would be cool. And yeah, they decided to hop in for this build, and he did a great job. The concussions make him cute. Yeah, you know, I'm like leaking brain fluid out of a few holes, but that just makes me so cutesy. Right, so this living room is pretty cool. He did some illegal stuff here, as you can see. He threw in a couple illegal block techniques, which I thought was really cool. Debug sticking and whatnot. And, you know, moved some armor stands around and did a bunch of random decorations here. I love the classic skin of the Ender Dragon, like the pelt with the wool and the crystals. That was pretty cool. Yeah, no, Mogswamp did a pretty good job. This room was pretty large, all things considered. This is the living room, of course, which is typically one of the larger rooms in the house. Jeremy, welcome into the stream. Leo L guy, thank you for the check-in. And yeah, Mogswamp did well. There's like a old school like phonograph here. I mean, you know, they tried. It's Minecraft, you know, you're trying your best with these things. But yeah, no, they had like all these windows of different sizes. Like these windows bump out a little bit. These windows are pretty flush with the wall, and he did a pretty good job, all things considered. Once again, more interior design, like wall designs with the striped terracotta. I really used a lot of that striped terracotta all over the place here. But yeah, no, Mog did a pretty good job, all things considered. It was a lot, and of course, also Mog's first time in the Torture Nexus. Obviously, Mog's a great builder, a very, very skilled Minecrafter. Well, maybe not in hardcore. If you know, you know. But in other aspects of Minecraft, he does a great job. Mog this room, absolutely. The grandfather clock as well. This is very sick. This is very, very cool. Anyways, moving on, we came in this way. So we combined this back storage area, which also has an entrance to the basement down there. These two storage rooms were combined with the kitchen for the third builder's job. This was Liv's job. Liv did a great job with this as well. I've thrown Liv in the Torture Nexus quite a few times by this point, and she did a great job here. Yeah, we have like this pantry set up here with some like bottles and jars and storage. And over here, there's like a little meat freezer, which I thought was really funny. This is like a little walk-in freezer sort of thing. Perfect atmosphere for a penguin, if you think about it. This was this was actually very, very fitting. So I really enjoyed seeing what Liv was doing here. We had a couple like really good bits going with like the walk-in freezer with the giant hunk of schmeat. You got some nice looking schmeat right there. You got some very nice looking schmeat. Pet penguin's room. Yeah, basically. Pet penguin's room, pretty much, honestly. And then the kitchen area has this funny little dividing wall, like going like a third of the way through the room. But Liv added in a bunch of, you know, pantries and cupboards and like a cooking area, a sink area. The waterlogged stairs with the tripwires is actually a pretty neat idea. I'm a pretty big fan of this. The little cherry button as soap is also really, really funny. I love this. I love the little cherry soap. Oh no, I dropped it. Oh no, I dropped the soap. Right. Don't drop the soap, kids. But yeah, so they got this giant, I think this is a walk-in dishwasher. Which is certainly something. Uh-oh, he's coming. Yeah, careful now. Don't drop the soap, gamers. Another little jar up here and all of that. And yeah, this one was very, very cool. This one is very, very cool. This was as a solid addition. And then we get to the dining room. And this was Kit's doing. This is Kit, another SBKer over on Mangrove Kingdom this season. And Kit just made an absolute mess of the place. I mean, look at this. Look at this absolute disaster. Kit was just like, let me just mess up the entire place. Just absolutely shred this place. Just freaking obliterate this place. This is... your control over the soundboard enamors me. Thank you. Kit read the assignment and then burned it. Actually, yes, with the cobwebs, there's like holes in the ceiling. You can see the floor of the upstairs up there. So, hold on, I have to explode real quick. Give me a second. But yeah, this dining room is such a absolute, just like dilapidated, shredded, obliterated. Like, why are there just anvils here? Why are there just a stack of anvils here for no reason? Random pile of sussy gravel, cobwebs all over the place. Once again, poking holes in the floorboards. You could put like a bunch of rats up here. I could have put like 20 rats up here. You could literally start crawling around in the walls. Thanks to what Kit did to this room. You could literally just start crawling around on the walls. There's many little secrets and cubbies in this mansion, I gotta say. You could totally have like a whole rat society in these little cubbies and catacombs and hallways up here. And of course the skeleton skulls, the funny floor pattern with absolutely no lore implications whatsoever. So yeah, the redstone, it's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess, but I love it. It's really, really funny. So that was the ground floor, right? We had Fool, we had Mog Swamp, we had Liv Awesome, and we had Kitrix do the ground floor. Then we move upstairs to the upper floor. And I believe next we had Anathra, if Anathra is still here. Anathra did the music room. This one was great. The piano is awesome. I believe this is my suggestion, but I don't remember. Either way, Anathra cooked with this piano, with the piano keys, the dragon heads, and the carpet. It's like a really specific niche building technique, but I love it. It's super, super good. We got this. Oh yeah, let's not forget the harp, by the way. This is meant to be a harp. Yeah. I'm not so sure about that one, gamers, but it's a harp in spirit, I guess. I don't know. We got some chairs. We got a drum set. We got the closet for the the closet's over here for the notoriously gay music teacher. We got a little bedroom here because, of course, teachers all sleep in the school, according to Anathra. I believe him. Oh yeah, we also had a funny little secret back here. We also had a funny little secret back here. One of several funny little secrets inside this mansion. Chalky harp. Next up, I believe we had my friend Corporate Holiday come in with the bedroom. And, you know, my dude really likes gambling, so he made, like, a gambling-themed bedroom. We got this weird, like, cursed bed setup over here. Skibbity! We have this just like absolute mess of a carpet and a beehive for some reason. We have the roulette board floor where you can put it all on black and lose your life savings in an instant. We have more just shredded nonsense here. Another random little bedroom here. Let's go gambling! We have... Oh yeah, we can't forget, by the way, in the 10 Builders universe, we have Wallpig, who is in fact canon. So this is Wallpig. We have, if I just back up here, we have this back area here. Ian in Denial, welcome in. Thank you for the check-in. We have this back area where I had the Skibbity Leon in the other room. And here we have Wallpig, who, by the way, is canon. Like, Floorpig exists in the Skyblock Kingdoms universe. In this universe, we have Wallpig. It's crazy how these things manifest in different ways, you know? But yes, we have Wallpig over here. Hi, Leon, chat. Yeah, welcome in, Ian. Thank you for joining the stream. You've came at a great time. We are working on we are going through the history of the 10 Builders versus Minecraft series with a world tour, which has been very, very fun. And yeah, we actually got to get moving because we have a lot more builds to look at. Weezer discs, bathroom. Then we go down to the basement. And if I remember correctly, next was Viking. Viking made the cellar, and Koku Black, thank you for the check-in. Yeah, no, it's really cool. We're like celebrating the history, the legacy of this series. Every 10 episodes, I want to do a world tour. We're a couple episodes ahead now. We're at like 12, soon to be 13 in like a week. It's going to be fun. But yeah, so we're going to be doing world tour every now and again. It's going to be like once a year, honestly. I want to make it an event. I want to make it an occasion. So you guys that are here now, there's not going to be another one for a long time until we get to 20 videos. So, you know, enjoy it while it lasts. Anyways, Viking built this cellar area, a bunch of like storage, bunch of meat on the floor. Because, you know, sometimes you just got to get your schmeat all over the floor. And we also have this little gnome. For those of you that have seen my Skyblock Kingdoms Season 1, you probably are familiar with this very interesting face. Something very creative. Thank you for the check-in. And yeah, welcome into the stream. We've got a little guy back there. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I gotta dodge them tomatoes. I gotta remember to dodge those things. Those things come at you when you least expect them. But yeah, someone spilled their schmeat all over the floor. But yeah, and then next up we had Duvid built the dungeon, which has several hidden little rooms here. We have a me right here. We have another me. This is my UHC Generations ghost skin, which I thought was really funny. We have another very cursed skin, the fusion of myself and Quilby. It's like disgusting fusion. They locked up my goat. I know. We have another one of these fellas right here. We got another one of these lovely guys right here. How dare you dodge by tomatoes? Yeah. And then underneath we have the secret trapdoor room that we're not supposed to be talking about. We have the secret trapdoor dimension down here, where it's just hundreds and hundreds of trapdoors just sitting underneath the floor. There was supposed to be a secondary room underneath It's just all trapdoors.
What the Sigma?
It's literally just all trapdoors right now. So yeah, Duvid definitely locked it. I think he recited the entire Duvid meal copy pasta as well while he was building this, which was just absolute cinema. Just amazing, incredible. The Duvid meal in this vid killed me. Yeah, the Duvid difference, for real. We got a little guy back here as well. He's not doing so hot over there. Oh, the other super secret edition in the basement. There's an even more secretest, most secret room. And in this very special secret room, you have to no-clip to get there. Ooh, what are we going to find? What are we going to find outside the bounds of the mansion, inside the secret room, inside the other secret room, inside the most secret room of all? We're gonna find Skibbity Pie Pie. Yeah. I think Pie Pie was here during the streams, and I just decided to Skibbity them and just put them here in the floor. There's this secret hidden room that you cannot get to without no clipping, and it's just back here. And that's it. That's it. It's literally just Skibbity Pie Pie. Why? Why not? Why not is the real question. Pie Pie was there, and that's all that matters. Anon, thank you for the check-in. Welcome in. But then anyways, speaking of Pie Pie, actually, last but definitely not least, we had Pie Pie on to make the final room in this mansion, this giant, like, heart room right here. This is the source of all the evil in the haunted mansion. This is where everything comes from, and she did a great job with some books. I believe this is all fan fiction. This is all AO3 fan fiction of some variety. We got some potions, we got some papers, we got this like beating heart chained to the ceiling sort of vibe going on right here. It's pretty sick, actually. No, Pie Pie cooked with this room. This room is really, really cool. Also, welcome in, Miki. But yeah, no, Pie Pie did a great job with here. This is supposed to be like the altar room, or like where all the evil in the house is coming from, and she did a really great job. Got these cool vaulted ceilings, got this weird like double window situation going on right here. You can see the heart back here. Purple Fire Kitty, welcome in. The heart of all evil, and there's fan fiction here. Oh, I'm sure. Yep. It's the source of all evil. Evil is made when you read AO3 fan fiction to a comically oversized heart. Yes, exactly. But yeah, so that's the Haunted Mansion video. This one was really fun. This one was super, super fun. And yeah, this video was great. It was awesome to have Mog Swamp in on this, of course, and of course a bunch of SBKers got involved as well. And yeah, just a cool video, you know. It wasn't my favorite, but I like all the 10 Builders videos, but I say something's not my... Oh my god, we can't forget about this. We can't forget about the secret duck on the roof. Once again, if anybody was here during the streams, then you know exactly what this is and why this is here. The secret mallard duck on the roof. I'm not going to explain, you'll just have to watch the VOD. But it's there. It's there. What a cutie, love that duck. We will be seeing more of this duck in the future. There will be more when we get to a future build, and by that I mean a previous build, because we're going backwards in time. You will get to see more of this duck, don't you worry. You will get to see a lot more of this duck. Anyways, that is the Haunted Mansion video. My hat is falling off my head. Let's go check out the next one. The next one, if I remember correctly, was, yes, the Cyberpunk City. The Cyberpunk City was a great one. This was a very interesting video because the builds never really like came together. They kind of just stayed separated, but it was still a very cool video regardless. Let's go check it out. Where did they go? Builds? Ah, there we are. Right. I forgot this video, the builds were on a really big scale. So we need a larger render distance for this. But anyways, this was the 10 Builders versus a Cyberpunk City video. And in this video, we had 9 people come on, each making a different Cyberpunk themed build from a prompt. Like they would get a random prompt and have to make a Cyberpunk themed build from that prompt. And then I had my friend Elodie come on and basically work on each of the builds with me. And we used some of her cyberpunk knowledge and design skills to essentially improve each of these builds to make it a little bit better, to make it a little bit more cyberpunky. It was a very fun video. It was a lot more on the educational side of things, I want to say. It was definitely a more educational focused video. There's a lot more learning going on there, but I thought it was very fun. So in order, we had Grazzy made some luxury apartments here. Once again, a luxury apartment. Everything's going to be in quotes because a lot of people just didn't really build that much, but you get 20 minutes. It's what happens, or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't remember how much time people had, to be honest with you. I think it was 15 minutes like always, but a part of my brain says 20. I don't know. Sanulim, hello. Great to see you as always. Welcome in. That video is still one of my favorites. Thank you. Yeah, no, this is a great video. I did learn a decent amount from that video. Nice, nice. Excellent. Lonely Smiley, welcome in. Next, Mchmu made this nightclub. I believe I called it a seedy nightclub, hence the seeds. They were a little bit small. As you can see, they were a tad bit small, but she did make two. There's this one, and there's this one, and then there's this like alleyway in the middle here. Which is meant to be all like kind of gross and dingy looking. Getting to see an expert come after to talk about Cyberpunk is really cool. Yeah, no, it was really, really cool. I really appreciate Elodie coming on to share her knowledge and her expertise about Cyberpunk. It was a really, really cool thing that she did there. BH made this surveillance tower with this guy and some cookies and some cocoa beans. There was a whole like bit about this. Admittedly, I don't really remember. There was another guy here with some TNTs, a very dangerous TNT minecart, by the way, right next to the redstone. That's not concerning at all. Excuse me. Next up, we had Kale come in for this cybernetics shop, I believe. Kale decided to put this at a diagonal, and I don't know why he did that, because it made things very, very difficult. We have like a little guy in the front here waving. We have like some shopping carts. He made it more of like a grocery store for whatever reason, but listen, I appreciate everyone's contributions, even if they are a little silly and janky like this one. But yeah, we have the desk here. We have like an operating table with some machinery with some other random crap here. And yeah, this one was neat. He spent a lot of time making the diagonal thing work, which unfortunately took a lot of time. Like, diagonals are tough in Minecraft. You don't want to be doing that for too long. Next, we had 4C, who made this awesome ramen shop. This is a really, really impressive build for 15 minutes. I think 4C, like, absolutely cooked on this one. Like, genuinely, 4C did a really good job. This is my first time having 4C in on one of these videos. And like, this ramen store is sick. He was using Axiom. He was using all like Axiom tools really well to like texture it. If anything, maybe it's a little bit too textured, but still, like, it's got a lot of detail. Like, he got these glowy signs in here as well. Really, really cool stuff. He got this little cooking kitchen area down here where you come up to the stall and you serve the ramen or whatever out of the back here. Yeah, no, this is really good. Like, he made it all blue, which is his colors, which I think was cool, and some seating areas out here. The giant sign made with the Axiom text tool, which was really, really clever. I didn't think about that, but yeah. The Axiom text tool right here, really good stuff, honestly. 4C did a great job. Next, we had Acorn, who was making some, I believe, some, like, really, like, run-down, sort of dilapidated apartments. And Acorn is a great builder, but she does not build quickly. And I know this. Every single time I brought her on for a 10 builders video, I know this. But I just keep inviting her on anyways because it's funny. Thankfully, she doesn't mind. I think it's a good time. We have this, like, very blocky looking bars over the windows, you know, some courtyards and stuff. This ended up being transformed into something really, really cool. So I know it looks super jank right now, but it is pretty sick. It is pretty sick. And then Nuke came in for this one, which is meant to be like an evil corporation's tower, I think, if I remember correctly. And Nuke really leaned into the making it evil, because we have stuff like, this is supposed to say, I think, give me money or the baby gets it. I think it said something like that. Where we have some dry gas sitting over, I believe there's lava down there, or there was supposed to be lava down there. And he just has like a spike dangling above the baby dried gas. It's just like, it's meant to be as excessively evil as possible. Angel Lizzie, thank you for the check-in. Guys, thank you so much for the check-ins. I really appreciate them. It's great to know you guys are here. And yeah, he went for some really interesting colors with like the reds and the purples and the pinks and the orange together. Does not necessarily scream evil to me, but I think it was pretty good regardless. It's a lot of pink and like cutesy colors, which I definitely did not expect, but many who would ever think this corporation is evil. Yeah, well, the dried gas certainly do. So yeah, this one is cool. No interior or anything, but once again, 15 minutes. It's not a lot of time. Next up was Benji. Benji made this like market stall area with all these various really cool looking like market stalls, very illegal blocks here. A bunch of like sniffer eggs. I don't know how these aren't hatching. I thought sniffer eggs would hatch no matter what. M-Cars, welcome into the stream. I thought sniffer eggs would hatch no matter what you placed them on. But clearly he did some sort of weird debug magical nonsense to like fix it so the sniffer eggs would never hatch. It's very strange. I don't know how he did this. Yeah, we got various shops selling different things. Very illegal setup here with the beds and the crystals and the dragon eggs and whatnot. Cool designs, interesting looking floor here. It ended up being a little bit flat, but what can you do? What can you do? And last but not least, P4 came in with this very angular looking skyscraper. They did a great job with this, honestly. The P4 was just chilling the entire time. P4 was just straight chilling. Like no panic, no stress. Just like, yeah, I'm making a building. What are you gonna do about it? Not Jack, welcome in. Do you like my hat, by the way? I think it's a pretty nice hat. Right, so yeah, Peep was just chilling here with this build. This kind of cool, like, razor blade looking build. Love the hat. Thank you. I'm glad you like the hat. Once again, no interior. I wasn't expecting people to make interiors, but yeah, no, this one turned out really well. They did a little bit of texturing, of course, with World Edit, I believe, and it was just a cool build overall. So after that, Elodie came in, and the two of us, we spent a decent bit of time on each single build, like tweaking them, modifying them, making them look a little bit more true to like the cyberpunky nature. So yeah, first thing we did is we took these apartments, and I believed in order to really show like the inequality in this city, we made the bottom levels all like gross and dingy with a bunch of like trash and grime and all these other random things and like broken bits of whatever crap, and like there's a fire escape here too, because you know me, I love my fire escapes. And then up here, you know, the actual windows and the architecture looks a little bit more clean, looks a little bit more neat. Similarly, the CD nightclub, you know, it needed some walls. It didn't really make sense for it to be out in the open, so we put some like a bounding box around it, which is very cool to definitely make it seem a little bit more darker, a little bit more stifled. Worked on the hall, like this alleyway. It's going to say hallway. Worked on this alleyway a little bit as well, with some more texturing and some more grime and whatnot. With the surveillance tower, we took a page out of hostile architecture, not only making it taller, but also adding in these spikes, adding in these weird jagged edges to make it seem very menacing, very like, you know. We added in this little bit of like anarchist graffiti, someone trying to like blow a hole in the side of the building, which I thought was very cool. So yeah, this one definitely transformed a lot. Next up we had, this one became super cool. You guys are gonna love this one. The cybernetics shop was incredibly sick. If I just go ahead and put myself in 30 FOV here, we absolutely cooked with this cybernetics shop. Like, look at this. Look how cool this is. What was a very like half-finished build ended up becoming like super detailed, right? We got like that upside down stone cutter, by the way, as like a mechanical saw to come down and like saw somebody in half or whatever. Really cool. Really cool addition. That was a display entity. We have some like barrels. We have all this stuff going on back here. I'm gonna take inspiration from you. Sounds good, M-Cars. I appreciate it. We have these like barrels back here. We have these tubes. There's like a guy in that tube. Oh my god, I really like this one. Was meant to be like a diorama, right, where you're meant to look at it from this side. Obviously it's got a giant hole in the side of the building, right? You're not going to be able to see through the wall normally, but yeah, no, it was cool. It was very cool. This build was awesome. I had a great time with this build. Next up, the ramen shop. Like we were saying before, the ramen shop was already pretty great, so we didn't really change anything about the design or like the shape, but we did change the colors. You can see the original over there versus the modified version right here. And the main thing Elodie mentioned is that like you want the cozy ramen shop to feel warm. You want it to feel inviting. You know, it's meant to be a ramen shop like on the outskirts of town, not necessarily right in the main heart of the city. And yeah, with 4C's Ramen Shop, we basically just changed the colors. Instead of the dark gray and the blue, we made it all purple and red and orange with these nice warm colors. And it was really, really nice. It actually looked really good. It's still a ramen shop, of course, at the end of the day, but it was very warm, a lot more inviting and all that. I thought that was very, very neat. This, by the way, this was arguably one of the biggest transformations as well. This is meant to be the like dilapidated, overgrown, like run-down apartments, and you can see it's very, very changed. I love Cyberpunk because it really plays colors and lighting. Lighting is so important when you want to give a feel to the build. Absolutely. No, for real. Like, light is very, very important, especially with all the colors and, you know, the darkness and light, the darkness of the city plus the light of like the signs and illumination, especially at night. It's very, very cool. But yeah, so this turned out incredibly different. Like, we have some vague cues from the original build. We've got, of course, the Prismarine support over there. We've got some of the white still in the form of these areas over here, but it's just a totally transformed build. We took that sort of like muddy granite, orangey brown, rust color texture over there and applied that to the entire building. And yeah, no, it turned out really, really good. We've got this awesome custom tree with a parrot in a nest. I thought this was really cute. We have a little parrot in a nest here. Using the flower pot as a bird nest, I thought it was awesome. That's a really cute little detail. We have these little like greeblings of like random exposed machinery and stuff on the side of the building. Same thing over here. Same thing with the fan over here as well. The green and the bamboo really, really changed the way this build looks. They really changed the vibes, and I'm very happy with that. For this one, we kind of got a little silly goofy. We just attached a bunch of like billboards and other random nonsense to the sides of the build. We have Evil Co. Oh, sorry. We have Evil Co. right here. We basically just threw out any semblance of like reality or like proper building techniques, and we just made it like stupidly comically evil, which I thought was really funny. So we have Evil Co. with the angry face right there. We have some glass art of a dripstone block killing the baby dried ghast right here. It's very silly. Saturday morning cartoon villain levels of evil. Absolutely. Me when I see Evil Co. on the way to work, real. Yeah, so this was really funny. We have all these images of like the dried ghast being burned in lava, the dried ghast being impaled by a spike. It's just like stupidly comically evil. Z-Tech, thank you for the check-in. Welcome in. This right here is the night market stall from the Cyberpunk video. This one, we really changed the depth. I like the idea that the entire company's business model is just threatening dried gas. Yeah, no, that's all they do. They produce no value. They produce nothing other than just threatening dried gas. Yeah, absolutely. But right, so this is the night market area, but we've totally transformed it with some more elevation. We've added this like multi-level thing back here with these staircases bringing you up to different stalls. Social commentary in my Minecraft build. Yeah, sorry, let me rephrase. I think the Evil Co building is actually a net good for society because it makes GDP go up. You see impaling dry gas with the spike like really does wonders for GDP. So you really can't go wrong. Anyways, every time you miss your quarterly target, a baby gas is abandoned in the Soul Sand Valley. Yeah, real. Yeah, so we did a lot to this one. We added like some Torii gates over here. We got these couple small ones, this large one right here. Oh, hold on. I saw that tomato. I'm gonna be dodging that tomato, dude. My hat's fall. Oh, my hat almost fell off my head. Where's the Buckies? There's the Buckies. There we go. There we go. Yeah, no, the elevation and the walls kind of enclosing this area and all the texturing we did definitely really changes the build in a very positive way. Obviously, it's a lot of aggressive texturing, a lot of blues and purples and grays and just a lot of really intense texturing going on. Like, I wouldn't build like this normally, but it is kind of sick when you think about it. It is actually kind of sick. Oop, hold on one second. I need to become geen real fast. Yeah, this one turned out really well. Last but not least, this skyscraper, basically we just flipped it upside down. basically all we did is just flip it upside down, which I thought was really funny. Because, like, it's meant to be like a gravity-defying, angular, modern skyscraper. And this is like the most structurally sound building you could possibly find. So all we did was just flip it upside down and add in a little support here, so it wasn't completely gravity-defying. It's definitely brutalist, yeah. It's got some brutalist vibes to it. We also added in these little splotches of like cyan, like the warped texturing here, just for a little bit of like graffiti, a little bit of additional color. You want something in this very monochrome build to like pop out a little bit. Repo map, Leon. Yeah, Darth Rick, welcome in. It was a great idea. You know, no, this idea was awesome. This is a great idea. Seriously, this was a very, very clever idea. I never would have thought to just flip it upside down. So, like, yeah, no, LED was great. LED was great to have on this build, or on this video. The cyan looks great. All the ideas were really, really great. Darth Rick, thank you for the check-in. And, yeah, honestly, this is a very cool video. Honestly, very, very cool video. All the folks, it was really great to have all the folks on here. You know, I had a couple new folks like M and 4C and BH. And I think, no, Grazzy was not new. And of course, LED coming on to do all this stuff was really, really cool. So once again, huge shout out to LED for being on there and doing all this building with me. It was a great time. It was a great time. Fun fact about this video. I edited this video, like a large portion of this video, while I was on vacation in Vancouver. So I edited a lot of this video from a MacBook, from my laptop. Don't edit on a laptop. Do not edit on a laptop. It is not a good time. This was a bit of a struggle to get together. Thankfully, I had some spare time while I was on my trip. I had some time where I was tired and, you know, just like didn't really want to go out. So I put this video together while I was doing that. And yeah, no, it's like, it was pretty well edited by the end of things, but wow, editing on a MacBook is not a good time. And when you're used to one big screen here, one big screen here, and Premiere, or in my case now DaVinci, spread out across all of it, editing on a laptop is not a good time by comparison. Like, people do it. I did it. Foz is doing it right now. You can do it. It's entirely possible, but man, once you edit on like a dual screen setup like this, or like a triple screen setup, it's not the same going back to a laptop. Trust me on that one. So yeah, no, it was definitely a time, but I got it done. So that's your fun fact about this video. Overall, once again, not my favorite 10 builders video ever. I think it was really fun. I think the concept was good, but I think we could have done a little bit more with the execution. This video felt a little bit rushed to me, partially because I originally wanted to group all the builds together into a city. I mean, the video title is called Cyberpunk City, after all, not just Cyberpunk Row of 9 Buildings. So there never really ended up being a city. That's entirely on me because I was trying to finish all the recording for this video before I left for Vancouver. So I was really trying to cram in all the recording in like only a few days. Like, I recorded all the original 9 builds in the span of like 3 or 4 days, which is pretty fast. And then the recording with LED took like 2 more days, and I got all that footage done and then edited it most, if not all of it, in Vancouver. Actually, fun fact, during my trip to Vancouver last year, I stopped by Avid's place on the way over there. I visited Avid for a few days. So I actually did a lot of this video, editing this video while I was there as well. I think if I remember correctly, the timeline was I remember we did like parallel editing, which I thought was really funny. He was upstairs working on a vampires video, and I was downstairs working on this video. I was working on this 10 builders video. And I remember us talking about it, like editing and whatnot, as I was there. So, you know, we both needed some time to work. Like, we're both busy people when I was visiting. So that was another fun fact for you. I edited some of this video at Avid's house, some of this video in the airport, some of this video at home, some of this video in Vancouver. Definitely was an experience. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Anyways, moving on to the next one. We have quite a few more builds to get through, so I'm going to try and speed this up a tad bit here. I think I have these out of order. I'm pretty sure I made this video after that video, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll just go in order anyways. Next up, another really interesting one. These last few, like, really kind of pushed the concept a little bit more than usual. And this is a great example. I made a parkour video, guys. I made a video on parkour. I never thought I'd ever do a video on parkour, but here we are. Like, it was really interesting doing a video on like, yes, of course, it was still a 10 builders video. It still had building as the main focus, but at the end of the day, it was on parkour, which is, I thought, was very funny. Where are we? Okay, so we started here. And just to give you guys a brief overview of this video, I'm just going to go into free cam real fast. This was a 5-stage parkour course that the builders had to construct. So here, 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 and then inside that, like, cave area over there. Yeah, so I invited 5 teams of 2 to come on. I don't remember this one. Yeah, this one was admittedly, I think, currently my least popular 10 builders video. It did not do particularly well. So there's a good chance a lot of you guys never actually saw this video, which is fair. It did not really do particularly well, which is a bit of a disappointment. So that does kind of affect how I look at it, but I still enjoyed this video. I thought it was a cool concept, and it was really fun forcing my friends to try and do parkour. But unfortunately, because the video was a flop in the algorithm side of things, that kind of also, like, affects the way I look at my videos, unfortunately, for better or for worse. I think it was the first one I watched. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's cool. That is very cool. I am not going to play it right now, unfortunately, because I do not think I have time. Maybe at the end, we'll give the parkour course some runs. But anyways, 5-stage parkour course, level 1, or I guess to explain the concept a little bit more. The participants had to not only build a parkour course, getting you from the start flag to the end flag, which is over there, and they also had to hit several checkpoints along the way. So, for example, this one had the red, like, the 7 checkpoints, each with a different color. They had to, like, go down the rainbow, right? So red, orange, yellow, lime green, blue, or light blue, dark blue, and purple. And the whole point of the checkpoints was you didn't, you want to, like, not have people just build a straight line throughout the entire course. That would be lame. If they just built a line, like, all the way to the end, that would be kind of lame. That would not be very interesting. So I wanted to really mix it up by, like, putting these various checkpoints in random positions. I like this one. It was so fun. Thank you, Faz. I'm glad. This one was a good time. This one is, by the end of the course, it got really stressful for the builders, admittedly. But yeah, the thing is, later teams had to parkour through the entire course just to get to where they were supposed to be. So by the time team number 5 showed up, which was Pi Pi and Vintage, they had to parkour through the first 4 stages of the course just to get there, which was kind of brutal, not gonna lie. If you're not very good at parkour, which, except for my friend Carter, who is obviously good at parkour, none of these people were particularly good at parkour anyways. It's tough. It's really tough to get through. So team number 1 here was Quill and Viking. It was a really fun watch. Sad it didn't do too well. This is the first one I watched after I found you going, oh, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I'm glad that the people who watched this video really liked it, because I really liked this video as well. I thought it turned out pretty well, but unfortunately, you know, the algorithm often says otherwise. Yeah, so this was Quill and Josh, I believe, who did this one. They are both not particularly good at parkour, so it was good that they got the first one. They got the first one. They didn't have to do any parkour. They just had to, like, of the previous stages, they just had to build the course and then beat it afterwards. So, yeah, diving board. Yeah, so they came through, they built this pretty easy jumps. There's a Neo right here. Hold on, I wonder if I could do the Neo. Let's see. Can your goat do the Neo? Let's find out. Nope, cannot do the Neo. Okay, hold on a minute. There we go. Okay, I did the Neo, folks. I did the Neo. There we go. It only took me 2 tries to do the basic Neo. Are you proud of me, chat? Are you proud of me? I did the most basic Neo in the entire universe, and I didn't even get it first try. But I messed it up again. Okay, we're not doing the Neo anymore. We're not doing the Neo anymore. Clearly, I have forgotten everything I learned from my friend Carter. So for some context, my friend Carter, really good parkour guy, speedrunner, parkour guy, really, really good at what he does. He plays a lot of events and whatnot. He came in and beat the entire thing in like some stupidly quick amount of time afterwards. That was like the point of the video, like the end of the video. Next up, team number 2 was Mig and Kale, and they had to go from they had to make this course, which starts you here. Once again, getting to the other side over there, they had to do these. They had this level is called the slime dungeon. So they had to deal with a bunch of like slime block jumps and stuff. I encourage them to use slime and all that. You're doing great, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, hold on. I have a sound bite for that. Where is it?
You're doing great, sweetie.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, they had some ladder jumps. You come up here to hit the orange checkpoint. Once again, bounce off a slime block to go up this way. Then you had some bar parkour. This I remember being quite tough. This I remember... Yeah, as you can see, not particularly easy, especially for me. Coming through here, then you eventually landed on this block and had to do like a slime jump to get over there. As you can see, I missed it again. This one was always surprisingly difficult for me, and I don't really know why. There we go. I got it that time. Had some bar parkour. I remember struggling really bad on the later parts of this course, but this one wasn't terrible. Tough? No, that's deep sleep. Thanks. Yeah, as you can see, I'm washed and I'm cringe. But beyond that, yeah, they did like, and then how many gifted subs to try the whole thing? Good question. How many gifted subs to try the whole thing? I'll put a good 15 minutes into it. I'll put a good 20 minutes into it for, let's say, that's a good question. Let's say for every gifted sub, we will put in 2 minutes of attempts on the parkour course. Let's say that. We'll do a rough timer of it. But if people want to toss in some gifted subs, I would be happy to try this. I'm incredibly washed, so it's not going to go well, especially on stream. So let's say 1 sub equals 2 minutes is a bit too low. 1 sub equals 4 minutes of parkour time. We'll see how that goes. And if anybody wants to throw me into my own Torture Nexus, now is your opportunity to do so. But until that happens, I'd be curious just how far you would get. 1 sub equals 1 section. I don't know. They get quite a bit harder the later sections. So I think we're gonna probably do it. We could do it by sections. 30 subs would be the rest of stream. Perhaps we might have to cap it off at like an hour or so. But I would be down to give this some serious attempts if y'all want to see your goat get incredibly washed by his own parkour course. I got you. Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. If you throw enough subs, I will absolutely throw a lot of attempts at this and just be miserable the entire time. Right. So this next one was called the Factory, or I don't remember what it was called, but it had a bunch of like more like coppery, steampunky looking components. This was Ruby and Viking, and they were kind of evil here. They did barrier parkour, whereas you had to look up to see where the barriers were, which I thought was very clever. See, you can go this way. You have to like do these jumps. Hey, anonymous gifter with the sub. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much. All right. That is 25% of the way to our sub goal on Twitch. And we will see what happens in the next few minutes. But tell you what, for that 1 sub, let's try the first section. Let's give the first section a shot. Let's give this is once again not going to go well, especially because I don't know if the data pack still works. I guess we're going to find out. Does the data pack still work? It does still work. Okay. With Mean Bean 2 or Mean Bean 2018, enjoy your gifted sub. And let's see what happens. Let's see. We got the 1 sub to start it off. I'll give this a couple attempts, and if some more subs roll in, we will keep trying. We'll keep going on to the later sections. But for right now, let's. I think I remember watching Quill mess up this first jump, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, let's see how far we can get. So we would use trigger parkour.checkpoint to teleport back to where we came from. And thankfully, this first one is pretty easy, but there is this weird, like, ladder thing going on here that I never liked. Yeah, this annoying ladder thing. You have to, like, see? Checkpoint. That puts you there. Perfect. Oh, another fun fact, I built this entire parkour course backwards, Because every time you reset to a checkpoint, it puts you facing in the wrong direction. That's totally on me. That's my bad. We didn't have this data pack in the first couple recordings, so I installed it like after the fact. Okay, there we go. We got the ladder situation done. There's a slime block down there, I believe. And hey, thank you for the sub, anonymous gifter. Okay, XFaz3X, enjoy your sub. Let's give ourselves another couple attempts on this. We'll get through this first one, and then we'll try a little bit of the second one. We'll see how that goes. You climb up here, you jump off the diving board. Hopefully you land on the slime block. You land right there. Yeah, thank you for the subs, guys. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot. Especially now as a full-time creator. It really means a lot. So thank you. I appreciate it. This Neo, I first try the Neo because I'm goated with the sauce. Okay. Get to this checkpoint. That's easy. These jumps are relatively easy if you just take them one at a time. That's easy. Then you got to do this weird slime, not slime, ice. As you can see, I start facing the wrong way always. There we go. Okay. Problem solved. We got our checkpoint. I'm going to go ahead and remove this black concrete. That's not supposed to be there anyways. So that's the first one done. We got a second sub coming in though, so I'm going to give this second section a couple attempts. See how we do here. This is where things get a lot more difficult. The village, that first section of the village is pretty easy, all things considered. Patchwork Dreams, welcome in. I am currently... Oh, we got another Asana. Whoever this anonymous person is gifting out subs, thank you so much. This is insane. I wish I could thank you by name. I do not know who it is. But Merple Deer, enjoy your sub. We got to put some good attempts here into section number 2. We could probably get through section number 2 here. 12 minutes already? Yeah, no, for sure. We've got a lot of time. Hopefully I just beat this course. That would be ideal, but I don't think I will, admittedly, because I know what the... I'm cringe. I know what the later sections look like, and they're kind of mean. And I can't hit any of these slime jumps. I think I need to not sprint. Yeah, there we go. This one also, you can catch yourself on the ladder pretty easily. That's 50% of the way to our sub goal, by the way. So good stuff. Thank you very much for the support, Mr. or Mrs. or whoever anonymous gifter. I really appreciate it. Also, Tsunulim, thank you. I'm doing great. I know. I'm doing a fantastic job here, clearly. Gonna do the bar parkour. This one definitely trips me up a lot of the time. But if I can first try this, then I'm goated. Killin, welcome in. I'm struggling with parkour. No, I messed up the final one. I was so close to first trying the bar part. This section is evil. I'm trying my hardest. I need to lock in. I got through the entire bar section first try, which is crazy. I never get through this bar section in one go because I realize you don't actually need to land on this bar. That's something I learned from Carter, the aforementioned parkour guy, is that you can just... Okay, there we go. Second try. Right, so this bar jump is easy. This bar jump is easy. This bar jump is also guys. Guys, my hubris is getting the better of me. Okay, there we go. Second checkpoint in. Thank you for the tomato. This one... Okay, I'm cringe. I forget. Do you need a sprint jump for this? I think you need a sprint jump for that. There we go. Sprint jump on these. Jump up on this bar, and then sprint jump to this next one. See, here's the thing, guys. My sprint key is left alt, which I hit with my thumb. So I sprint with my thumb, and then I also jump with my thumb. So if I have to do a really quick sprint jump, I gotta do this weird, like, thumb rolling motion. It's very strange, and I don't mind it generally speaking, but when I have to do, like, real parkour jumps like this, oh, I'm cringe. I'm so cringe. Wait, this jump, yeah, this honey is actually completely unnecessary. You can literally just jump it. I forgot about that. Okay, that's section 2 done, gamers. No, I don't shift with my thumb. I press left alt with my thumb. I, like, tuck my thumb under my hand, and I do jump with... Hold on, I can just show... Wait, no, I can't show you guys. My keyboard is wired. Yeah, I jump with my thumb with space, obviously, but then I also shift with left alt by, like, doing that with my thumb. I kind of, like, angle my thumb inwards a little bit to hit left alt as well. It's very bizarre. Anyways, We got through section 2. Let's go ahead and do section 3. Thankfully, I know all the tricks. Right, like this is the barrier parkour. We're aware of this. We know how this works. How do I eat my Oreos? I grind them up into a fine paste and inject them directly into my spinal cord. Nushi, thank you for the check-in. I thumb alt with Axiom all the time. Yeah, no, thumb alting is genuinely not... It's not bad. It's not as cursed as people are making it out to sound. I don't remember how to do this one. This one, I believe you sprint jumped here. And then what you do is you have to click this button. And you do a regular jump to get a running start. There you go. You do a regular jump to get a running start. Jump off the end of the piston. Land here. I'm remembering this stuff, guys. I'm remembering this stuff. Slowly but surely, I'm remembering. Problem is they made that your shift. No. My shift is with my pinky finger. Oh. I forgot about the barriers. That's what I get for not following the course. There we go. This, I think you just have to go on the pistons, and this is pretty easy, thankfully. There's, like, nothing really to do here, except miss that jump, apparently. So is sprint left alt? Yes, my sprint is left alt, exactly. I should just probably play the course like normal and stop trying to cheat, because I miss these stupidest jumps. At least I don't use V for place block. That sounds incredibly cursed. I alt with my thumb to shift, so I got nothing to say. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I do shift with my pinky like a normal person, but I've got some weird control stuff, especially when parkour is concerned. I've got some weird control stuff. Now, the problem is I have to do the lantern parkour now, and the lantern parkour is evil. So this really messes people up. I still double tap to sprint. Yeah, Jack, that's because you're old. No. The lantern parkour really messes me up a lot of the time. So this is where things are going to get really difficult, unfortunately. You're going to have to watch me struggle. B for blocks. Oh yeah, my inventory button is B. It's B for blocks. Oh god. Okay, this is where things are going to get really tricky because I don't remember how to do the lantern parkour very well. And as you can see, I just keep falling off of it. So this is going to probably burn a lot of time. We'll see. I should be able to get up to this one grindstone at the very least. I hope Carter never sees this because he's going to laugh at me for being cringe. Can I just jump off of here? No. How do I do with Control B? What does Control B do? I don't know what Control B does. I used to be able to first try this section of the lantern parkour, and now you can see that your goat is washed. Is it to the copper tower beside it? No, well, this is supposed to be to here. Like, I remember the routing of this course. I just don't remember how to actually do it. Control B is enable narrator. Oh, well, I just don't enable the narrator then. Ah, we got it! Okay, let's go. We got it. We got it. Next up, I need to jump to this lantern, though, and then I need to jump to there, which is unfortunately rather difficult. But if I can first try, we get the checkpoint. Okay. Okay. There we go. Amy Rose, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Welcome on into the Penguin Cove, Amy Rose. He needs to get back to the grime to become unwashed. So true. So true. I need to get even more grimy, gamers. This, I believe, you can just hit the slime block and then you're good. And then you got a couple chains to jump on. This is really easy, thankfully. You get the second checkpoint. This is where you got to do the chain Neo. This is where things get complicated. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to land here. And you're supposed to do that Neo. But as you can see, I'm cringe. So I just don't. Sometimes you end up in the middle here between the two chains, which is even worse. Then you're just like giga screwed. Yeah. I remember, I think when I did this, I was just jumping... We put that block there, so you wouldn't just jump to that other block, because that's something you can do really easily. Should have renamed the stream "Washed Up Skibbity Penguin attempts his own parkour course, fails miserably." That would have been more accurate, to be honest with you. I want to cheat this chain Neo because I hate Neo so much, but every single time it just keeps pushing me into the middle. But I know you can cheat this. I don't want to do this legit. I want to cheat this because I'm cringe. Because I'm a cringe little cheater that just loves cheating everything. Yeah. But this... We're supposed to be doing a world tour, and I'm just out here struggling with parts. Ah, we got it! Okay! Excellent. Oh, God. Right. Right. This is what we want, apparently. Apparently. I appreciate the subs, guys. You put me through my own Torture Nexus here, and I don't know how to feel about that, but okay, we got the Neo. We're gonna actually land these this time. Okay, we hit the checkpoint. Finally. Silly Kingdom, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I'm suffering. This is not even one of the harder ones. Okay, course number 4 is pretty easy, thankfully. How do I end a Twitch stream? Okay. Alright. Alright. We gotta keep trying, gamers. We gotta keep trying. Dual basis, welcome in. So here you have to do some like actual honey sliding, which is quite fun, I gotta say. It's also like pretty easy. There is another Neo. However, I believe you can just cheat it by just doing that, assuming you can actually land it. You can do it. I'm trying. I'm trying. I don't have enough. Yeah, that's true. I don't have enough channel points to end the stream. Very true. Okay, we did that. We just got to do the grindstone jump. Oh, that has a weird hitbox. Why is that hitbox so weird? Oh, okay. Now just a couple lantern jumps to end things off. And I missed the first one immediately. Very cool. Very excellent and poggers and skibbity. That's a tough one. You got a lantern jump twice. It's honestly quite annoying. Oh, okay, we landed. We land those. Excellent. I'm going to go around here. And that should be a really easy jump. Okay, we did it. 3rd course done. Excellent. Now, I'm going to take a quick break here to just show off the 4th course. This was by Satay and Jam, and they did this one together. This is themed around ice, like icebergs and whatnot, so they do a lot of ice jumps here. This one is thankfully not nearly as difficult as the 3rd one. You get a little bit of a respite here, so I'm just going to run through this real fast. Get the checkpoint. Right, this one you have to do... This one you kind of have to do all at once. Yep, okay, never mind. I'm cringe. I'm also just flying as well. Yeah. Okay. I need to stop being cringe. There we go. There we go. So you get put in these little, like, crab pot fishing trawl boxes, which I thought is kind of cute. The ice will definitely throw you off. There's this funny jump right here where it's a mixture of snow and powder snow, but all you have to do is just not jump on the powder snow and you just completely skip the slide block jump. Like I said, this parkour is quite a bit easier than the previous one because the folks who made this one are not very good at parkour. So it was pretty easy, all things considered. I think you can just jump this one. Every time I get cocky, every single time I get cocky, I mess something up. You got this weird blue ice like lane here. You got some more snow to jump on. This you just land on the checkpoint. And here you got to do some log jumps, which can be a little difficult. But you get through that pretty easily. You got these trapdoor parkour. That takes you up on this ladder. That brings you up here. I don't remember what this obsidian is meant to be for. This obsidian was here when I was doing the Neos with Carter. That's for later. Do you really like the breeze launcher? Yeah, no, the breeze launcher was very cool. It's a very cool idea. You gotta not get messed up by the ladders here. And then it's just one easy jump down to there. And then we get to the last course. Jupiter Spacecraft, welcome in. This is the lava caverns. This one is absolutely brutal. I hate this one so much. This one is not a good time. I do not like this one. Kids who say Skibbity in the Big 26. I say Skibbity in the Big 26. And I will be saying Skibbity for the rest of my life. This course is brutal. I'm gonna need a couple others. I'm gonna need a couple more subs to attempt this one though, because this one is not fun. We've gotten through most of our time already. I'm gonna say that we're gonna not do this one unless 5 more gifted subs to Torture Leon in the lava hell. Yeah, I'd say 5 is a good quantity. If we could get, I would say 5 more subs on this one, then I will absolutely give it some attempts. No guarantees I'm gonna get past this stupid obsidian Neo right here. This thing is awful. Never mind, I just first tried it apparently. Well, I'm gonna have to do that again when we actually run through the course. Thank you for the sub, Miss Moore. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Feels fitting to the environment. Yeah, is this what Australia feels like right now, guys? I actually don't know. Zen Christian, welcome in. Let's say, 4 more subs, and I'll give this course a couple attempts. I'll give this course quite a few attempts, actually. I gotta get through that chain Neo. But welcome in, Zen Christian. On the other side, you have the glorious freedom room of wide open spaces and rainbows and skibbity toilets. You've got this glorious freedom room at the end. This is Pi and Vintage, like I said earlier. Levi Gaming with the 2 gifted subs. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much. Hype train is going on the channel, you guys. Wow. Thank you guys so much for the subs. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, okay. We're actually at a level 1 93% hype train. So not only will you be causing me great misery and pain by having me run through the hardest section of this parkour course, but you will also be contributing to the hype train. Thank you very much, Levi Gaming. I appreciate the support, you guys. As much as I don't want to play through the hard sections of this, I do appreciate the support, really. I really, really appreciate it. Silly Kingdom, I appreciate it, but I'm talking Twitch subs here. Feel free to also toss out some YouTube super chats as well. Oh my god, okay, well there we are. All right, Patchwork Dreams. All right, with the 2 gifted as well, we got the hype train going on to level 2. Folks, that means I'm going to have to play this parkour course. Not too sure how it's going to go here, but I'll be trying my best. Level 2, 50% hype train. I'm probably going to need some more support to actually get through this last section because, like I said, it is pretty awful. Vintage and Pi made an absolutely brutal parkour course. I think in true parkour spirit, we're going to be attempting this in survival mode as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and give myself... give Leon, we're going to do it regeneration. We're going to give myself regeneration. We're going to give myself fire resistance. Basically, just so I can not die instantly to the lava. I was giving the actual participants these effects as well. Don't worry, guys. I'm not cheating. This allows you to go through these lava sections. They slow you down, which is the annoying part. And then here, I believe you've got barrier parkour, but where are the barriers? Wait, hold on a minute. Wait, where did the barriers go? I thought there were supposed to be barriers here, but I don't see any. Where are the... That's the wrong button. Does anybody see the barriers? Oh, it's right there. Okay, good. I was going to say. There's a barrier there, and then it's been so long, I actually don't remember where the barriers are. Yeah, to the right area. I think so. There's nothing. I don't see anything over here. I'm gonna have to completely just... I'm going completely blind into this, by the way. Ah, we're off to a great start here. Where is the next barrier? Where is... I actually have no... Where are you? Very fitting music as I struggle here. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay. It's up and over, and that gets you to the obsidian. And then I believe you have a little bit more barrier parkour up this way. You had it highlighted when you paused. Did I? Oops. Because the background is dark. The background is black. So it's really hard to see the outlines of the barriers. Anyways, we got through there. This is all on one checkpoint, by the way. You have to get through all of this nonsense. And then also hit that god-awful chain, or not chain Neo, this stupid Neo right here, just to get to that second checkpoint. So I'm going to try and hit this one again. Gonna try and hit this one again. But, oh, we got it! Wait, we first tried that Neo! That's crazy! I just have to not mess up this jump, and we first tried the Obsidian Neo. That's crazy. Okay, hold on. That deserves some W's in the chat right there. That is the Obsidian Neo I was dreading this entire time, and I did it in survival mode. What was the inventory method that Carter showed you? He showed me inventory jamming, which I believe is like buffering. Yeah, it's like you can buffer a sprint jump out of inventory, and I actually just landed on my next jump there. That was sick though. That was incredibly sick. That was, wow. That was, I'm gonna have to remember that we can inventory jam because I haven't actually done any of it yet. A little bit more barrier parkour through here, and then I believe up the ladders. Hold on a minute. I have to become real fast. Guys, wow. Okay, we got about a minute and a half left on the hype train, guys. I may need a bit more support to get through the rest of this because this course is mean. This course is nasty and evil. And if y'all want to see me actually finish this, I may in fact need a little bit more support here on the Twitch side of things. But hey, Silly Kingdom, please don't spam. But I appreciate the support. Where do I go from here? I go down onto this, I think. I have become even more real. I know. Oh god, this next part is tough. I have to do the chain part. I have to miss the first jump immediately. I have to do more chain jumps here, guys, and they're not fun. They're not a good time. Can I hit the first one? I hit the first one. If I remember correctly, I actually inventory jam the second one. So what you do is you open your inventory button, you buffer forward, jump, and sprint. And then you close your inventory and you land the jump. Look at that. Look how awesome and sick that is. I'm going to try inventory jamming again for this next one. Okay, I don't get far enough. Right. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left on the hype train. I'm trying, guys. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling on this one jump. Thank you. Okay. Can we get this one? We can. And we get that second one. Okay, so this one I definitely inventory jam for. Thank you guys for the hype train, guys. Level 2, 50%. I appreciate that very much. We got some sort of emote here. I don't know what this is, but we have it now. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So this I definitely inventory jam for. This we've confirmed. This one works. This one I think I just have to jump. Bro ain't a speedrunner. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Definitely not a speedrunner, as you can see, but we made that jump. We just have to do some gate jumps. We have to remember that the gate hitbox is weird. It's thin. And then we also have to do this slime block jump, and I just completely missed that. Okay, we're back to where we are here. We missed one of the later... Yeah, once you get through all this lantern nonsense, you still have to land some more really tricky jumps. It's difficult. It's difficult. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. This lantern parkour has got me tweaking out. I gotta believe in the Buckies. That's what I need. The Buckies has gotta power me through this. Inventory jam like that. Excellent. We land that. We go ahead and we land that next jump. This fence right there. The gate jumps are a little bit... Oh, God. Okay. I'm trying. Gamers, I'm trying. The Buckies believes in you. Thank you. I believe in the Buckies. I don't know if the Buckies necessarily has a lot of faith in me right now, but I'm trying my best. Inventory jam that. I've gotten pretty good at this section. I can do that without sprinting. I can sprint jump to these two. I can sprint jump to that one, and that's easy. And then I go ahead and I sprint jump here. I land on that gate, and then one more jump, and we get the next checkpoint. Okay, excellent. I'm trying, gamers. I'm trying. Got some weird... Oh, that's just the next checkpoint right there. Okay, that was actually very easy. One more glass jump, and I miss immediately. Currently snacking on some Bucky's beef jerky. Excellent. I'm very happy for you. This, I think you can just jump onto the obsidian. You really don't need the slime block there. That's the funny thing. This whole course has like so many skips. Like I don't think we need that last. We don't need that last fence there either. We can just skip it. We can just be on the ladder, and we go up here. We go up here. We get this checkpoint, and then I think it's actually smooth sailing from here. If I remember correctly, it's pretty smooth sailing. We just have to time our damage ticks. And folks, we did the parkour course. Would you look at that? We did the freaking parkour course. That was difficult. That was a little bit difficult, but thank you guys so much for the subs, for the support, for the words of encouragement. But there we go, gamers. We did it. We can celebrate in this wonderful rainbow section here with lots of skibbity and pride and various toilets of very shapes and sizes. Oh, God. That actually took a lot less time than I expected. Hold on. Did we even hit the final marker? There we go. Okay, we spent a lot of time pausing there. But we finished it in 25 minutes and 52 seconds. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Also, Gravestone's Corner, welcome in. Oh, man. Okay. There we go. We did it, folks. I mean, every time you sub, a penguin earns his wings. I mean, parkour skills. True. Actually, very true. So, yeah, that's the parkour course, guys. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't the best performing video, unfortunately, but it was still a lot of fun to do. And you can put yourself through it, which I think is really fun. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one, though. The next one was definitely a very popular one. This is the Steampunk Tower video. This one did really well, and I'm sure you guys can understand why. You guys remember this one? This was very long time in the making. This one was a very tough build. Fun fact about this one. Oh god, my head hurts a little bit now from all that parkour. No, my hat! No, my hat! Sorry, gamers. Gotta get that hat back on. It's important. It's important for the culture. This video took a really long time to make. And by a really long time, I mean I was working on this video on and off for about 3 months. Which is kind of wild. If you guys were there for the streams, I worked on this stream. I worked on this landscape over a couple streams back in May of last year. And this video didn't come out until the end of August, which is wild. So May, June, July, August, almost 4 months worth of work. We had this cool little landscape here. You know, the idea behind this video was to make this animated tower that like really moves with all these moving parts and like build stone sections and stuff made out of command blocks, which is all really cool. As you can see, a lot of it is unfortunately broken because either the command blocks to power them are missing or just they just stopped working. A lot of this is really bugged out, unfortunately, but at the very least the build stone is still working. So this was 3 teams of 3 working together on this, right? We had myself doing the landscape. I was the 10th builder. I built this landscape along with you guys in a live stream. And it actually turned out really cool. Like, I like this landscape a lot. I was a really big fan of this, like, really cool custom landscape with, like, the nice vibrant greens and the light grays and all that. And then we had a bunch of nonsense coming through here. We had 3 teams come in, right? Like I said, the first team was, I believe, Vintage, Grazi, and then Hauziki. Oh my god, the Leo was here. Scared me a little bit there. Yeah, no, I guess technically I'm the first builder. Whatever, regardless. You get my point. There's 10 builders in the end when you count me. So Vintage, Hauziki, and Grazi came in and did the really cool airship. We can look at this team by team. If I remember correctly, they were blue team. So they built this stuff. Yeah, so they were blue team. They came in here. This entire build used to just be a wireframe. It was a 3-color wireframe, blue, red, and yellow. Each team got assigned a color. So Vintage and Grazi were doing the building, of course. They were doing all this stuff right here with these pillars and gears and wires and stuff. And Hauziki made that really cool airship. Of course, unfortunately, a lot of it's broken. You can see the airship right here. It is unfortunately very broken, like a lot of other things in this build. But you had like smoke particles were coming out of here. Maybe do I just need to load in the command blocks? Because the command blocks are over here. Hauziki loaded in. Oh, could I press these buttons? I'm gonna press these buttons and see what happens. Well, it's loaded in something because all these command blocks just showed up out of nowhere. What does this actually do? Let's fly over here and see what this actually does. I don't remember. Oh, well, the hot air balloon moves, or the airship moves. That's cool. This thing is incredibly sick. This thing is now moving. It's very much in the wrong spot. It's definitely been moved to the wrong spot, but it's moving, which is very cool. I believe we have like some smoke particles coming out of other sections of this build. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. It's been a while, guys. It's been a little while. Yeah, no. Okay, was it over here? I don't remember. I don't remember. Wait, is this thing gonna do its thing? Is it gonna... No. Okay, it's not gonna... It's supposed to like pick up a sea lantern and then a bunch of really cool particles come out of it, but unfortunately that is not working. But yeah, so Vintage, Grazzy, and Haziki did this part. Then next we had Red Team, which was Calvin, Jake, and Feather. And they worked on these sections. Jake, of course, was doing his awesome buildstone work. It's all off right now. We can take a look at it at the finished build later. These guys did some awesome work on the other sections. This is Red Team. We had these cool like buildstone, like automatic dispenser things that would dispense water. We had this fan in the middle, which was awesome. We had this other fan back here. We had this pulley system up there. And then a half-working buildstone contraption over there, of course. We had this pulley system up here as well, which is very cool. And then we had Conyer come in with his Omni blocks. And he brought on a couple of his friends as well to do this last section right here. So he added in a bunch of like moving parts. We had like the turtle with all of its Omni blocks. Lil Phantom, welcome into the stream. We should probably take a look at the finished product for this just to see how it all looks when merged together. Yeah, so you have all these like illegal looking blocks here. These are the Omni blocks, and these are meant to actually spin. And I don't remember, I think the command blocks for this are either not here or they're just kind of not working right now. But regardless, there are a bunch of moving parts like these things, these little pistony things are supposed to be like pushing and pulling in and out of the contraption. And yeah, we had this turtle over here. We had this really cursed... Look how cursed this thing is. The wind-up turtle. Yeah, this thing was actually incredibly cursed. But yeah, you can see a little bit of the buildstone stuff actually working right here. You can see them dispensing all of the water. You can see the redstone fan doing its thing. You can see this gear doing its thing as well, like the cogs on the gear moving around. It was very, very cool. That machine, unfortunately, is not working. And then up here, yeah, you have this pulley, which is working. Buildstone is just incredibly cool. Jake did such a really good job with the buildstone, guys. Like, actually, the fan go burr. I know the sounds these things make when you fly close. It's like, whoa. They're very, very loud, for lack of a better word. They are... They're very loud. Yeah, no, this build was a very long time in the making. Buildstone is cool, but so loud. Yeah. One Villa, welcome in. This video was really fun. It took a really long time to make. Like I said, all of June, all of July, I was slowly working on this video. It took a really long time to schedule the 3 teams of 3. That's mainly what took so long. It was difficult to find a time for everybody to meet up and actually do their work together. And yeah, it took a long time to schedule the recordings. That was the main thing that took a long time. But once everything got put together, it was a great video in the end, and it did really, really well. This is one of my best performing 10 Builders videos ever. So I would say it was all worth it. But moving on to the next one, we're going back in time here, folks. So we just finished the Steampunk Tower. Oh yes, we have the custom trees one next. This one was a lot of fun. Okay, this one also did very, very well. This was an interesting custom trees video where basically I made this giant like domed area, and then I had each person build a different kind of tree inside this like terrarium. It was very cool. It was very, very cool. We had a couple strange occurrences. We had Duvid with his pine tree. Oh god, I'm remembering now what Duvid did in this build. It's actually the full video is available on my second channel. If anybody happens to have the link to that and could put that in the Twitch chat, that would be great. There's like an extended cut of Duvid just like crashing out epic style as he made this pine tree. It was so goofy and so stupid. I love having Duvid in on these videos, guys. Wild Wolf Lover, welcome in. Yeah, no, I love having Duvid in on these videos just because he just does the goofiest stuff possible. He is so goofy silly. Wait, I have a second channel? I do in fact have a second channel. Leon ETC is my second channel. I'm actually really trying to get my second channel monetized. So if you're interested in checking it out, I can go ahead and post that right there for you. There is the link to the second channel, folks. Highly recommend checking that out. I do like extended cuts, behind the scenes stuff of various videos. I upload clips from SBK. I upload a bunch of different thingies on there. So highly recommend checking that out. But in order, we can go take a look at all of these different trees right here. Tals, thank you very much for the link. That is, I believe, the Duvid's Epic Crash Out. Yes, that link right there. That is, thank you so much, Tals, for linking that. That is Duvid's Epic Crash Out. Watch this after SBK2 started and giggle at the prophetic nature of Devin getting cherry. Yes, actually, this is really funny. So Devin got the cherry tree. Pearl, thank you for the check-in. This was after we already knew he was joining SBK, and even after we knew what kingdom he was getting. And we just didn't talk about it during the recording, or I guess we cut out all the instances where we were joking about Devin getting the cherry one. I thought that was very funny. It was random as well. There was no like manipulation. Of the selection of trees that were left, he just happened to get cherry. I thought that was very funny. I thought it was very, very funny. But in order, we had, let's see, who went first? Oh, yes. Vintage made the oak tree, aka the soup tree. We had a bunch of soup everywhere. We had this really cute little swing set and a couple of these small little trees. I just started putting soup everywhere. As she was building, I just started putting soup everywhere. It was fun. I liked putting soup all over her build. But this oak tree turned out really, really well. It was actually really well done. Thank you, Silly Kingdom, for the sub, by the way. And then next we had Duvid with the pine tree. He made like a weird cursed Christmas tree, and then he put my head on a spike. But overall, it was very fun. It was a very fun build. Next up, I believe we had Nuke came in with the aspen tree. This stuff right here, this custom tree was insane. Nuke locked in for this one, made this really, really intricately detailed aspen tree with the candles and the glass and the resin, this beautiful like orangey yellow color. Nuke did a really good job with this one. Like actually really, really good. Nuke's a great builder. What can I say? Then I believe next Viking did this alien tree. He made it blue. Unsurprisingly, he made it blue. But yeah, Viking came in and did this funny glass, ice, nylium, weird alien tree with all these different leaves of like different glass colors. He put a beacon through it too. It was just a weird tree. It was just an overall weird experience. And then I believe Quill was next. That he made an evil tree and a cursed tree. So this is the cursed tree. This is definitely something. He threw on some weeping vines. It's like a weird upside down tree that's also like being hung from the ceiling. I don't know what he was doing here, but it was definitely something. And then this evil tree is like all kind of scraggly and being burned and stuff. And then I believe next we had Acorn come on make a steampunk tree. This was really cool. I didn't know what a steampunk tree was going to look like. Acorn did an incredible job with the cyan and the orange leaves here. It's a little bit two-dimensional. But when you look at it from the front here, it's pretty sick. It's pretty cool. This tree is actually really, really beautiful. The tree in the thumbnail is inspired by this tree. I took the same design and I just changed around some of the blocks, and there you go. You got the tree in the thumbnail. Next up was, I believe, Devin. I think, or I might have gotten Devin and Acorn Switch. It's hard to remember exactly who did what for these videos as we go further back in time. I'm going to stop remembering who did what. Like for the first couple videos, I'm not going to remember anything. This was Devin. He built a funny little swing set with a giant Leon head on it, which I think is quite funny because you can just like, I can just kind of like stack the Leon heads. I could just do this. Which I think is very, very funny and a little bit cursed and silly. But yeah, no, this was fun. Devin did a good job here. It's a solid tree. There was some joke about the Z-axis on this. I think there is Russian nesting Leon dolls. Yeah, no, actually, like, especially if I no-clip through here as well. If I go, whoop, I could just kind of give myself a massive head. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Devin did a great job. Devin's just a great guy to hang out with, honestly. See you, Foz. Good luck with your NPC. And Creo made this like swampy mangrove tree, which I think he did a really good job with this one. Lots of detail, lots of different textures going on here. Love like the cattails and stuff down here at the bottom as well. And then who is next? Mig made this mushroom tree. This very cutesy little mushroom tree with the little mushroomy like side branches here and the spore blossoms and all that. I snuck in a little bit more soup as well. I put in a little bit more bowls of soup, added the mycelium as well. And then last but not least, Ruby came in and did the landscaping for this entire thing, added in all the custom blocks like that are actually part of the ground, like all the copper here, the dried stuff, the terracotta and dried grass here, the podzol here, all like the bone mealing and whatnot. So yeah, Ruby came in and did the finishing touches. I think they did a great job here. And yeah, it was a rather unconventional 10 builders video because everyone was, like with the Cyberpunk City, this one is everyone's kind of builds their own thing and they don't really get combined at all. Like, yes, they're all in the same like terrarium garden area, but it's kind of just a little strange. Like, everyone's builds were kind of separate in this one. So I think the concept on this one wasn't the strongest. I remember after the first few builders went, I'm going to kind of pull back the curtain a little bit here. I was actually very close to just scrapping this idea entirely because I was like, nobody's really like stressing out. Nobody's really feeling any sort of pressure. Like, everybody was having a very easy time. I actually almost considered scrapping this video because of that. I was really worried that like people wouldn't enjoy the video because people were just kind of like not stressing. Because a big part of the Torture Nexus is, of course, stressing under the time pressure. But yeah, nobody really did that. They were all just kind of like chilling, taking it easy. And yeah, I don't know. I was a little worried that the video wouldn't turn out well, but it ended up turning out really well in the end. And thankfully, I stuck with it. I stuck through with it and I continued inviting people on to do their builds. And it turned out really, really well in the end. So I'm very happy that I stuck through with it. I'm very glad that Past Me decided to see it through to completion because this video ended up being really cool. This is actually a really fun video. So I'm very glad that I stuck through with this. I'm glad Past Me did that. And the video ended up doing really well too. So yeah. It was fun little retrospectives. Like, I almost abandoned this video partway through, but I didn't, and I'm very glad that I didn't. Okay, next up, let's see what we have next here. Custom trees. Oh yes, next one is the Axiom video. That one is certainly an interesting one. This video also did super duper well. It's this one right here. This was quite the build, or this one is quite the video. You guys, I'm sure a bunch of you guys remember this one because this one, a lot of people watched this one. A lot of people commented on this one. This one started a lot of discourse in my comment section, which really helped with the video's engagement. But wow, there was a lot of discourse around this video when it came out, which I thought was really interesting. So if you guys need a quick refresher on this one, this was one person with Axiom, my friend Ash, who I will actually be making more building videos with soon, so you can look forward to that, versus 10 people all using vanilla Minecraft tools. So no Axiom, no world edit. It was very cool. I really like this one. The video did super duper well as well, which is awesome. And they both had the task of recreating the same exact prompt, or recreating the same exact build from a reference image. So this was the reference image they got. Crazy detailed reference image, this like fantasy landscape right here. Credit, by the way, right here to that artist. This was insane. People really, really locked in for this video. It was a very cool idea. I agree. This was an awesome idea. Full credit to Ash for reaching out to me about this concept. Ash has some very good ideas. Actually, he reached out to me about some other video concepts recently that I gotta respond to me. Ash, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you yet. I will soon. I've just been really busy. Yeah, so both teams had to recreate this painting, or this image right here, this piece of art to the best of their ability. And yeah, the Ash with Axiom made a rather basic looking landscape, but considering they only had, I believe, 40 minutes in total to work from scratch, like, this is a real, like, 3D landscape you can really walk around in. And it's a lot more basic because, of course, it's only one person doing all this work. Like, he was able to do the landscaping very quickly with Axiom, but when it came to doing the small details, even if you have Axiom, you can't compete with 10 people. And he definitely, tried his best with the details, but the lack of detail here is really obvious when you compare it to the other team's build, which we'll get to in a second. This looks like something out of Mario Kart 7. I could see that. The trees, the terrain, the terraforming, the landscape were all very easy with Axiom because you can copy paste. You can make these crazy shapes with Axiom super easily. But then when, of course, it comes down to the fine details, we're losing a little bit of the quality here, and this is where the second team's build really shined through. This is not as 3D. This is meant to be mainly be viewed from this one specific angle right here, but you can immediately see just how much more detail is in here. Like, crazy amount of color and vibrancy and just everything going on here. There's so much more. There's even a secret penguin here as well, by the way, just chilling. I didn't get to show this off in my video, but there's a secret little penguin back here, which I thought was really cute. There's all these other random things, like Benji decided to put in a bunch of sea turtles. The 10 builders were like super duper locked in on making this thing as vibrant and textured as possible. Like, this. What is going on here? There's so much texture. If anything, it's a bit too much texture, I would say, in some of these sections, because everybody is putting in different levels of detail to this. Like compare this building to this building. It's a night and day difference, really. Like the level of texture is just very, very different, but they have a lot more of the details in here. They've got the little market stalls here. They've got this like sign here. They've got this pathway, and just all these details that just were not present in the Axiom video. So they ended up using a couple like custom commands as well, which I thought was really neat. Like, we had a couple technically minded folks here. We had Quentin and Avid came on for this one. They were able to use like structure blocks and some armor stand related tools to make like this crazy like cloud landscape back there. And this like windmill. Obviously, placing all these blocks by hand would have been incredibly difficult to do. So thankfully they were able to utilize some of vanilla Minecraft's tools, which I thought was really cool. You can actually, you could still see the bounding boxes for these structure blocks over here. I can actually, let's see if I can go find them. Where is there we go. There is the structure block right there. So they were able to use these. Like, none of the other folks involved had the technical skill to use structure blocks this way. But they came in through here and were able to copy paste like these sections of facade over here with the structure blocks. It was a lot of stuff that just wouldn't have been possible. It just wouldn't have been possible with just builders. Like, we had a couple technically savvy people in here as well, which is great. So yeah, this video caused a lot of discourse. A lot of people felt that like one team did better than the other. It caused a lot of back and forth in the comment section, which is great for the engagement, but it led to more than a few nasty comments, unfortunately. So yeah, that was a little bit interesting. Before we move on to the next one though, guys, next one is the city skyscraper video, which I know a lot of you guys really liked. I'm going to take a quick break here just to grab a quick bite to eat and just get some water, use the bathroom real fast, just because we've been going on for a little bit. I want to just kind of, refresh myself before we keep moving. So don't go anywhere, guys. I will be right back. We're just going to take a quick pause before we get to the last 4 builds of this stream. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in approximately, I want to say, let's say 5 minutes. Back in 5 minutes. Going to take a quick 5-minute break. I will be back in just a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and put the BRB screen on for you guys. Going to go ahead and turn the sound up as well. And yeah, I'll be back in just a bit. Quick little intermission. Exactly. And we are back. Oh, my hat is not aligned properly. Okay, folks, welcome back. Apologies for the delay. Apologies for the quick little intermission there. I had to go get myself some food. Because I was feeling pretty hungry and not really fun to stream when you're super hungry. So, yeah, I had a quick few bites of food, and we are back, folks. We are going to get through these last 4 builds in the 10 Builders series. I am back. Welcome back, everybody. I appreciate you guys that have been sticking around through the intermission. Appreciate you guys being here. Oh, I'm smacking my camera around. Anyways, hope you guys can hear me okay. Hope the audio levels are all good. I'm getting my hair in my eyes real fast. There we go. Okay. We are back. It is a little bit more than 5 minutes, but let's get back into the gaming. Yeah, no, breaks are important. Absolutely. I was feeling a little bit rough there towards the end, last few minutes there, but I grabbed a few bites of food, and I'm feeling a lot better. So let's get back into it, folks. Right, we're back in the sort of hub world area, and yeah, I had a little bit of tiny little bit of lunch. I'll go eat more probably after this stream. Yeah, I gotta eat. Exactly. You gotta grab some food every now and again. As a quick reminder to you guys, the world download for all of these builds will be available at the end of the stream. I'll go ahead and be putting that in both Twitch and YouTube chats at the end of the stream, so make sure you're sticking around for that. If you are a supporter via Patreon or via YouTube membership, you have actually already had access to this. I have sent out the world download link for all my Patrons and other supporters early. So if you'd like to get access to future videos early, you'd like to get access to world downloads early, you'd like to get access to a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff that I do, consider supporting me via a YouTube membership or over on a Patreon, and I will make sure you get all of that. Right, that being said, not every single video is going to be out early because some things like SBK videos are, lore is involved, and it's like, I don't want to spoil things ahead of time. Will world access be shared in the Discord? Yes, I will be putting the Discord, or putting the world download link in Discord as well. I got you. Right, okay, moving on to one of the most fun 10 Builders videos I ever did. This one has a very special place in my heart just because of how much freaking fun it was to throw this whole thing together. This is the city skyscraper build, gamers, and here we are. I know, Miss Moore, you've been in my YouTube chat. You remember this one very fondly. To give you guys a quick rundown of the premise, each builder, 1 through 10, had to build a level, a story rather, in this giant skyscraper tower. Starting with the lobby, going all the way up to the penthouse up at the very top. And then when all that was done, all of the builders came back, and we turned this skyscraper into a essentially manhunt zone where Viking came through and systematically searched through the entire skyscraper, murdering every single person until there was only one person left alive. It was a whole lot of fun. It was a great event. I gotta revisit this concept at some point. I've been wanting to revisit this concept again sometime, but I just don't know exactly what sort of build to do it with. This was so much fun, though. I had a blast editing it. I had a blast participating in it. Mikey had a good time from what I can tell. It was great. It was awesome. It was super duper fun. Right, so that being said, let's go through the actual floors here, because I believe starting with the lobby, Milkman did this lobby, and in true Milkman fashion, it was a very, 1984, just Kafka-esque, torture chamber, where basically, in order to get access to the rest of the building, you have to take a number. And you can see what happens when you take a number, and then you have to wait your turn to use the elevators. Now, I see at the top it says, now serving 01. Yeah, very bureaucratic, very just silly nonsense. Yeah, it was really fun. This was a great addition to the lobby. So you just sit and wait your turn. So naturally, there's not much hiding to be done here. I was encouraging people to make a lot of walls and a lot of rooms, which is a very ominous thing to say, and people certainly enjoyed that. So yeah, there's a little water cooler here as well with stacks of cups. I thought that was very clever. That's supposed to be a stack of paper cups. This is hella 10 out of 10. Yeah, no, exactly, Danny Meyer. But going up to the second floor, we have these elevators that take you to all the different floors, which I thought was very cool. Alternatively, from floor 2 and onwards, there's staircases as well. There's a staircase over here, so you can take either the elevator to get up and down, or you can take the stairs. I thought that was a very fun addition. Anyways, floor 2 was the maintenance hall. This was Duvid. Duvid made the maintenance area. There are all these little rooms in here. He was using the fill command to make all these, like, there's this weird backrooms area up here as well. But he made all these little rooms. There's like one with a desk. There's like this one that's completely empty. There's all these other random, this one has a furnace in it for some reason. The elevator music bit the elevator music bit from this video was really funny. This is the crafting table room. Like I've been saying, guys, Duvid is actually just such an awesome person to have in these videos. I will continue to invite Duvid into these 10 builders videos for as long as he is willing to do so. We have the flesh room with Albert, by the way. Albert has been here in the flesh room for almost a year, by the way. This video is from like February or March of 2025. Albert is here. There's no way out. Albert has been stuck in the flesh room for almost a year. This poor man has been stuck here for so long. I can just no clip out of here, but Albert will, here, you know what? I'm going to give Albert a brief chance at freedom. Ready? Skill issue. You had your one chance, Albert. You're trapped forever. Anyways, floor 3. This is meant to be office spaces. And Musi did this. Musi came on and made a bunch of like cubicle areas, which I thought was really funny. These like office space areas. The office space furniture got a little more like avant-garde as time passed, and she moved on to the other parts of this floor. She also did like bisect the floor into 2. The thing is, these floors have really high ceilings, so you could split it into 2 floors if you really wanted to. And if we look at the signs, right, we have floor 2, but then we have 3A and 3B because this floor ended up being split into 2. You have a cute little cherry tree up here, a little bit of office decor. We have a little playpen area for all the corporate employees, as one does. You need to have your enrichment zone for all the corporate employees. So you got them some pickles, you got them some carpet, a little enrichment area for them. Up here, I believe Ruby did the executive office suites, which is up here. We have these very fancy looking, like, big desks, these funny lines where you have to like go through like an airport TSA queue just to get to your boss's front desk, which I thought was really funny. Ruby ended up being actually the last person alive in this video, which I thought was really cool. Ruby ended up surviving the longest. I think it was either Ruby or Milkman, but I think it was Ruby. Yeah, I think it was Ruby. Similarly here, there's like this back and forth waiting line to get up to the desk and these bookshelves and whatnot. Of course, you have these walls that are blocking off parts of the area. It was a pretty solid addition. Then up here, Ruby, oh yes, Ruby killed Milkman. That's right. Thank you for the reminder. Up here, this was, I think, the recreation area. This was Vintage. Vintage decided to turn it into like a children's play zone, which I thought was really funny. This is really stupid. But Vintage built like a giant caterpillar and some worms and made like a giant maze labyrinth. Vintage loves making mazes. I've learned this about her. Vintage loves making mazes, and then these clouds you can like parkour on. Worm! Weird worm with weird eyes. There we go. Worm. Yeah, no, this one was really fun. We had to kind of wall off some areas that you were not supposed to be able to get back into, but there's this whole like back rooms area over here you could get into. This was a very fun area to hide in. I think Vintage actually died first. I think Viking went straight to this floor and killed her immediately, which I thought was really funny. Next up is the dining hall area. I think Anathra did this. He built some tables and chairs, built like a kitchen area, and then up here decided to build a giant aquarium for some reason. There's just like 5 gazillion fish in this corner, and then a bunch of turtles. Sorry, buddy, you got to get back in the tank. This is apparently where they source all their seafood from, I guess. So that's cool. Yeah, Anathra did a good job with this one. And then floor 7 was, I believe, Nuke? Oh, geez, my floor. Yeah, Anathra, do you remember this? Yeah. This is a good time, wasn't it? You remember the pool, the aquarium on the upper level of your floor, yeah? I believe Nuke did this second, this 7th level up here. Spare turtle, by the way. Nuke built this giant maze to get to the center where there was something in here. Oh, yeah, no, the point was that there was nothing in here. Blanket Burrito, thank you for the check-in. Yeah, no, this is a very strange, like, backroomsy floor. Nuke did a good job with this one. This is a little plain. Not great for hiding, but the maze area was clever. And then I believe Marm made some... Yes, Library of Babel, that's what it was. Yeah. Marm made this living area with a bunch of, like, couches and beds and, like, countertops and stuff. Once again, this is my suggestion to make a whole lot of walls. So that's exactly what she did. She did a bunch of walls and, like, obviously didn't have them go up all the way to the ceiling. But, yeah, Mar made, like, a little maze-like area as well, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, not a whole lot to this area, but, you know, good distraction for the hunter, of course, who was Viking. Legs came in for floor number 9. And made this, like, super rich person's, like, art gallery living space with this giant bed. Don't remember what that is or why that's there. Oh, that's Steampunk Factory. Yeah, we'll get there. Like, living space, storage space, this weird, like, noise machine thing. I don't remember why. Yeah, the noise machine is still there. I think I took away the bell because it was entirely too annoying. And then... specifically just so Viking had a harder time getting in, there was this like soul sand cobweb nonsense right here that he had to run through in order to get into the rest of the floor. Actually, my first real introduction to Legs got me to actually watch his SPK episodes. That is really funny. Wait, that's actually so funny that your introduction to Legs wasn't like the 100 Days videos. It wasn't UHC Generations. It wasn't anything else. It was my City Skyscraper video where he built this nonsense. That is really funny, actually. That is hilarious. The 9th air person was rich but got outbid by the person above. Yes, exactly. Made it out of spite. Yeah. This video was really fun. What can I say, guys? People came up with all sorts of funny things here. And then Trog came by for the 10th and final floor, the penthouse. They you know, didn't do too much here, but they added this cool, like, infinity pool going off the side. Added this, like, giant TV, couch area, kitchen area, bathroom area. It's pretty basic, all things considered. You can see the elevator terminates up here. Actually, wait, hold on. Wait, guys, I just realized. We can get the authentic 10 builders versus 1 skyscraper experience. Ready? You ready for this? So, you come here often? Wonderful weather we're having. You see that football game last night? Man, those people sure are something, huh? I'm so excited to deliver shareholder value today. Aren't you excited to deliver shareholder value today? Oh, okay. We reached the bottom. Right, so, anyways, we can have the authentic experience there. Right, so that is all of the 10 floors. Of course, all of this became a giant manhunt, last man standing sort of situation here when Viking came in and murdered everybody. That was a great time. That was a great video. I really, really liked this video. It did all right. It did pretty well. It didn't do quite as well as the ones before or after it, but, I mean, it was a lot of fun, so I really can't complain. Go back to 0-0. All right, final 3. The first 3 10 Builders videos we ever did. This is going to be interesting because we're getting really into, like, the early days of the 10 Builders series now. First things up, we have the Steampunk Factory. This is, to this day, the most popular 10 Builders video ever on my channel. So this one did really, really well. This one was quite an elaborate setup as well, having 5 teams of 2. But this is where the idea was planted in my mind, that the idea of combining like building and commands, or building and some other idea, whether it be commands or buildstone or whatever, that was where this video planted that idea in my mind, that this could be a really popular concept, because this video really took off. And I was like, wait a minute, we should start doing more of this, using building end commands together. Like, that would be really cool. Like, look at it, like the little smoke area that gives you levitation when you stand on it. Like, that's super cool. They have all these like display entities. So this is meant to be like a steampunk factory that was refining like ore of some kind and processing it, right? And yeah, people came in with some really, really awesome ideas. You have these gears that move back and forth, right? Quentin did these awesome honeycomb gears. You have this like conveyor belt thing that's moving all the different pieces of like refined material around. You have more gears, of course. Haoziki came in with the crazy robot arm that I don't think still works. Oh no, it does work. Wow, this thing still works? That's crazy that this thing still works. Okay. Haoziki came in with this amazing robot arm that would just basically, it would ignore all the coal, but when a different block spawned like a blaze powder, it would put it over in another section of the factory. This thing was wild. This thing was absolutely insane. This is when I realized just how nuts of a coder Haoziki is. And I was like, I need to hold on to this guy because he is built different. And yeah, it's not a model. This is entirely everything in this video everything in this whole build is vanilla. Like it's all done via display entities, commands. You can see the massive train of command blocks he had out here. And all the time he spent, you can see it in the video. He spent so much time. What is that? Mystery piston sound. Okay. You can see all the time he spent doing this in the video. It was crazy. But yeah, we had some cool, like, you know, particles and whatnot coming out of the smokestacks. You had this gear that was spinning. More of those honeycomb gears as well, of course. So lots of particles going on in here as well. Lots of sounds, right? You could press this button to get some water coming out of this faucet. You have all these sounds and like smoke particles and stuff. It was all really, really cool. People did a really good job with this one, honestly. Like, I'm so impressed what people did with this video. And it, like I said, it is to this day my most popular 10 videos ever, or my most popular 10 builders video I ever did. So that makes it a little special for me. This video really did wonders for my channel, as well as the next two we're about to go look at as well. The first 3 10 builders videos really just went crazy. So it's that really cemented the fact that I got to keep making these. Like, these videos are really fun. They do really well. I can get involved with my friends and all that. Like, it all just works out really well. Leon, are you good at PvP? No. No, I am not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm really not a PvPer. Okay, last 2 builds. We're getting back into the early days here, folks. We're getting to the point where I stopped remembering who did what. But this is another build that I always thought was really special just because of how silly goofy it was. This video made me laugh so much. And as a reminder for what the concept is here, this was the castle video. And what happened here is that whenever somebody came by and added their section of the build, like added their contributions to the build, they could change one word in the prompt. And then the next person would have to come through and deal with the new prompt. I really, really want to revisit this concept just because of how silly it is, how funny it is. Like, the idea of changing the prompt and screwing over the next person, I thought was hilarious, and I've been meaning to revisit it ever since. So hopefully soon we will be revisiting this concept. And yes, Quilby made the castle. This is true. Or at least parts of the castle. And we have the mallards. Yes, we have the two derpy looking mallard ducks. This was done by Vintage. I remember Vintage made the 2 ducks. And yeah, no, this was awesome. This was supposed to be like a castle in a forest where a wizard lives. And then it turned into like an aquarium with ducks and a volcano and some other nonsense and like a T-Rex driving a car. It was really stupid. It was just really, really stupid by the end of it. And I loved the stupidity of this one. I genuinely really enjoyed just the goofy nonsense of all of this. So this was really fun. This was really, really, really fun. The derpy dino in the car. I know. The derpy dino is really good. This stupid T-Rex. Devin made this one. I remember that one. And this like stupid little cartoon car that has his head and his tail sticking out of it. They're so funny. They're so stupid. I love it so much. They're actually like incredible. They're so goofy. Right, so this one was a lot of fun. Yeah, obviously the build itself like sucks. The build is not good. No one is. I'm not gonna be sitting here claiming that the build is good. To build a challenge where the previous builder has to choose the block palette for the next builder. Yeah, that's another twist on this concept I've been meaning to do, Z-Tech. That where like you said, they don't change the prompt necessarily, but they give you like a few blocks you have to use, which I think would be very funny. The thing what I'm wondering though, Z-Tech, is should the previous builder get to know what the next builder is building, or should they just pick random blocks like blind? Should I tell them like, oh, hey, the next builder is building, I don't know, the terrain. What blocks do you want them to have to use? Or should I just be like, pick 3 random blocks? I think they should know, we got a little bit of both going on here. Yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Blind. Okay, people are saying blind. Because I feel like if you know what the next person is doing, you can tailor your suggestions to be extra evil. Because I feel like there's a few select, like, weird blocks that if they don't have any more information, they're just always going to pick, like, wet sponge, magenta glazed terracotta, yada yada. You know, these, like, stereotypical, like, weird, gross blocks. I feel like everyone would just pick the same thing. I feel like if you know what the next person is building, you can be a little more creative with what they are going to have to build with. So 1 word of what they're building, maybe they pick 2 blocks. That's true. We could do a combination of the 2. Yeah. They can't pick the same as someone previous. They don't know, but the builder that doesn't have to use only those blocks, just like a majority. Yeah, so Miss Mori, I wouldn't want to do where they pick multiple blocks. I'm thinking they would pick like 3 blocks. And you can use other blocks as well, but you have to incorporate those 3 blocks in some meaningful way. You can't just put down like 1 of each block, hide it away somewhere, and then move on. It would have to be like, you know, you incorporate it in some meaningful way, a major part of the build, you know? So, like a combo. Yeah, see, this is the thing. A lot of 10 Builders videos, like the concepts that I haven't done yet, it's because I haven't really had the time to iron out the concept yet. Like, I have this good idea of picking blocks for the next person, but then I need the details. I need the details to really work properly. And considering the Spaceship 10 Builders video is well on its way to being done, all I'm doing is waiting for the final reveal. This could very well be the next 10 Builders video I work on. So shout out to all of you guys in the chat giving me suggestions. I'm seriously considering doing this one for the next 10 Builders video. So that could be really fun. You pick, rather than changing a word on the prompt, maybe the previous builder, right, they pick, let's say, maybe they get to know what the next person's prompt is, and then they pick, let's say, 3, maybe they pick 5 blocks. Is 5 too much? 5 might be a little bit too much. I think they should probably just pick 3, actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think 3 is better than 5. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be really interesting, though. Like, oh, the next person is building, I don't know, a castle. Oh, give them, you know, diorite and respawn anchor and wax cut copper stairs. Like, give them some random nonsense. And it's like, should I also do a rule of how much of each block you have to use? Like, should I say you have to use at least 10? No, then you're... when I introduce too many numbers into this concept, I don't want to be like, you have to use at least 10 of each block, because then it gets overly complicated. I think a lot of the key to the success of the series is the simplicity. So I want to keep things as simple and intuitive as possible. That's another, like, I've been working on some other build challenge videos with other people as well, and it's like the thing I always try and hammer home is that simpler is better. This has to be easy to follow for a viewer, right? Yes, a more complicated concept can make for a more interesting video, or interesting challenge for the participants, but at the end of the day, it's not about the participants having fun. They you know, obviously it's a balance of the participants should have fun, but the whole point is to make good content, right? So yes, of course, I want to make it so the participants aren't just miserable the whole time, but like the priority is not necessarily that they have a great time, it's that it's that we can create some good content out of it, you know? All blocks must be used and easily viewable. But yeah, once again, that doesn't stop you from just putting 1 of each in there. You know? You just put one of each, and then you like, just if you're building a castle, just stuff one of each block in the wall in like a corner. I don't know. It's interesting. Lot to think about. I will most likely be ironing out this concept for the next video because I do really love the idea of choosing blocks for the next person. And then maybe the next person that can like be in front of a dispenser, and then I'm like, oh, you get to press the button and see what blocks you get. And they press it 3 times, and each time a different block spits out, and they have to work with those blocks. That would be cool. I want the person to press the dispenser as like a moment, like, oh, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? Moment. And then it's like, bam, wet sponge. Bam, magenta glazed terracotta. Bam, yellow concrete or whatever. So when is the next 10 builders video? I am aiming for next Sunday. So not tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, is my Skyblock Kingdoms episode coming out tomorrow, so I hope you guys are excited for that. Very, very fun episode, and I'm really, really excited. First SBK episode of the new year, by the way. And then the week after that is going to be a 10 builders video, the spaceship video. So yeah, you can look forward to that. It'll be a lot of fun. I am absolutely cooking with videos this month, you guys. I am determined to get my channel out of the slump it has been in for the past few months. My YouTube channel has not been doing so hot these past few months, mainly because of all the streaming I've been doing on there. But I think a lot of the streaming I was doing over on my YouTube channel, my main channel, was really affecting my channel's discoverability. So I've moved streaming over to the second channel. I'm very excited to pump out some really, really good videos for the rest of this month. The SBK episode is going to be great. Yup, Penguin's going to therapy. Penguin's... it's that point in the season, folks, where Leon needs to have an existential crisis about something. He needs to go tweak out like crazy. He needs to just go sicko mode and just get super tweaked out on paranoia and existential dread. That is something that needs to happen in every SBK season, apparently. Also, hi, Quinny. Welcome back. Yeah, SBK tomorrow. It's going to be good. It's lots of... Okay, here's the thing. Yes, there's lore for me. There's a lot of lore for me, and you should be excited about that. But I have found a way to incorporate not only my lore, but give other people a chance to talk about their own lore as well. So not just me, but you are going to get lore reveals for 2 other SBKers who admittedly have not had a whole lot of chances to talk about their lore for Season 2. I'm not going to name names, but in the process of me doing my own lore, I ask other people about their backstories and their lore. And in particular, the 2 people I talked to have not really had a lot of lore opportunities this season, as in not like a lot of videos or a lot of streams or whatever. So we're going to be able to get some information about their backstories and what their plans for the season are as well, in the process of me going through my existential crisis. Y'all better be excited. Our premiere is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That is 8 a.m. Pacific Time. That is 4 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. Central European Time. Hope to see you there. It's going to be a great video. It's actually my first ever video edited in DaVinci Resolve. What do I mean by lore? Lore is a very kind of overused blanket term in the MCYT community, really just for any sort of world building, backstory, story events, character development that happens over the course of a series like a Skyblock Kingdoms season. Basically, all of that just gets lumped into the blanket term of lore, which, I mean, it's fine. It works enough. Also, I've just realized I haven't acknowledged the boys yet today, so if y'all could do me a huge favor and just go ahead and let's go ahead and acknowledge the boys with me. I got the boys behind me. Gotta move my stupid Bucky's hat. We got the boys back there. Yeah, there we go. We gotta acknowledge the boys. This guy in particular, the person who made this, I got to hang out with her yesterday. First time in a while I actually got to hang out with her, which is really nice. This handmade, crocheted penguin. Look at this beautiful creature. Look at this beautiful little guy. Look at this beautiful little fella right here. Look how cutesy he is. He's got a little scarf. It's me. I know this crochet one is super duper cute. I know, it's awesome. I love this thing so much. He's got to very carefully nudge him back in there so he doesn't, everything doesn't just come tumbling out. But yeah, you can see just the sheer amount of penguins I've got stuff back there. This is not all of them, by the way. This is not even close to all of them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's a hidden one up there you can't see. Hold on. I'm gonna reach for it real fast. Did I make that? No, a friend made it. There's a hidden ceramic penguin up here. Hidden ceramic penguin. The secret ceramic penguin that lives on the top of my bookshelf where no one can see it. Oh, secret ceramic penguin. He's got a big hole in his back though. You could really just like stick your hands up in there. You can really just like, yeah. You can really just get your hands in the back of that penguin. Look at that. Look at that. I really just jammed my hands in there. Yeah. That's alright. I don't think he minds. But yeah, you got this fella right here. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know why he's hollow. Although, like, my hand is too big to really get in there anyways. Yeah, get my hand in there. Is the hole for like a candle or something? I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, okay, he goes back on the top shelf. Okay, those little pillows. Yeah, I got a penguin pillow pet. That was also a gift from a friend a couple years ago. This one right there. Yeah, that's a penguin pillow pet. It's cute. It's cute. Could hide a secret there. Yeah, I could put a little something back there. That's true. And then we have this guy in the corner. This guy doesn't fit on the shelf, but I really like this guy because you can kind of just squish his head in. And then he's got like a really got a lump in his head. This guy is just is a professional football player, I guess. American football. You can kind of just squish his head in. I wish someone would do that to me. I'm not gonna lie. I really wish someone would just come and just squish the quarter of my head in. Like, if I had like a soft, squishy head like a baby, and someone just came by and just like took like a sharp, like a blunt object and just squished my head in, I think I would really like that, actually. I think that would feel really good. And yeah, so God, I wish that were me. So yeah, that guy just lives there with his weird squished head. There we go, close enough. So anyways, brief intermission to appreciate the boys. Also, Jack, thank you for the check-in. Doesn't sound very healthy. No, but I need it. How else am I supposed to be Sigma without a hole in my head? Yeah, exactly. We lobotomy maxing out here in the year 2026. In the year of our Lord 2026, everybody please go get a lobotomy right now. Me and the boys for our weekly scheduled lobotomy out on the town. That's right. We hit the town. We don't go to bars. We don't go to pubs. We don't go to anywhere. We don't go to restaurants. We go and get our weekly scheduled lobotomy average Tuesday night with the boys. Right. Anyways, back to the video. Back to the stream. Let's go check out the last one. Let's go check out the final build. The final build. And by that, I mean the first build. This is the Martian landscape, the one that started it all, the quote-unquote Minecraft house video, this Martian landscape, this rugged Martian, like, salvage punk house here with all this nonsense here. This is the very first 10 builders video, the one that started it all, the one that really blew up on my channel and caused me to realize that I could turn this into a series. The firstborn. I know. The one with the red sand and adjectives. What does that mean? Yeah, this one has some gems in it, like Quilby's Martian rover. Incredible. We have Lagundo's honey-based power system over here. This one was awesome. This is the first one. Yeah, this is the first one. The Castle Duck Aquarium is the second one, actually. Red sanded pronouns. Real. Beezlepunk. We had, of course, the crashed spaceship, the hull of the spaceship, the exterior covered in diorite and concrete. We had these weird floating little, like, Martian jellyfish spore things. Had all this nonsense, all the crystals and rock in the ground, this like mining machine drilling into the rock. Had Ruby's greenhouse. Yeah, this is a good time. This was a good time. This is a great video. It's funny looking back on this because it's so basic compared to what I do now. But maybe that's part of the charm, right? Like, it was a great video, but it was very simple. There was no gimmick. There was no mod. There was no like command block nonsense. There was no gimmick. There was really comparatively very little chaos. But the magic of this is that it was a brand new concept and people didn't know what to expect. This was not a series. This was not a thing people were like, oh yes, of course, that's the Torture Nexus. I know what that is. Nobody really knew what this was going to be. Nobody really knew what they were going to be doing when they signed up for this video idea. So you got some really like genuine like anxiety and panic out of people, at least like played up a little bit for content, of course, but like you got some really good reactions out of people, and people were actually genuinely kind of stressing, which I think is part of the charm of this video. Of course, now that I've done 12 of these videos, people aren't really stressing out about it anymore, especially not like the regular people who are participating in a lot of these. But back then, back with this first video, it was really different. It was really, really different. So, you know, getting a little sentimental here, getting a little emotional thinking about everything we've done in this series. It's been a lot. It's been 10 videos of awesome, fun times, questionable quality builds, lots and lots of people brought on to the Torture Nexus from all corners of the MCYT scene. And yeah, this was the build that started it all. This was everything. This is where everything started from, right here. Torment Nexus requires new sacrifices. It does. It really does. Hey, in my opinion, what is the most underrated or unused Minecraft building block? More people need to build with melons. Not that I think it's necessarily underrated or underused. I just think everybody should be building with melons. And the fact that not everybody is building with melons right now is a problem. Anyways, yeah. It's just so funny looking back and seeing how much this series has changed, right? This was a very experimental video that I really like. I was pretty confident it was going to be a good concept, but I really didn't know how much it was going to change my channel. Like, yes, I'm branching out more. I'm doing more, you know, more collaborative building videos, and I'm still doing 10 builders videos, but it's not like the only kind of challenge I do on my channel nowadays. I did the whole one where you're recreating builds. I've got more stuff coming in the future. I think just looking back on it though, it's really, pardon me getting a little sentimental here. Hope you guys don't mind me getting a little in my feelings, but yeah. 2025 for me as a content creator was really, really defined by this series in a major way. Of course, SBK has its place as well with the end of Season 1 and the first half of Season 2 in 2025, but at least for me personally, like the SMP is a shared experience. Everybody's had a different experience on SBK, but for me personally, seeing this series grow and change over the course of 2025 was really, really something really special. This first video came out in December 2024, and then the second video, which is the castle video, came out in December 2024 as well, but everything, the Steampunk Factory number 3 onwards, were all 2025, and we carried me through the vast majority of 2025, a little bit of 2024, like I said, but most of 25, all the way through Halloween, and it's just really, really heartwarming to see how this series has changed. It's now a mainstay on my channel. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. These videos have obviously grown my channel a whole lot. They've brought so many new people in, so many new viewers into my channel. There's not necessarily a lot of overlap between this and something like SBK, so not all those people are necessarily watching SBK videos, but it's just really wild to see how much this series has grown my channel this past year, and I'm really, really looking forward to putting out more. Like, sure, the recent 10 Builders videos have not had the same amount of success as the earlier 10 Builders videos, but every now and again something really pops off, like the industrial, like the animated tower video, the Steampunk Tower video did really well. The Redstone Farms video is doing pretty well too now. So yeah, this series is not going anywhere. The series is very special to me. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to be the only thing I post other than SBK videos, but it's really interesting just to look back at everything that the builders have done, everything I've done, all the countless hours spent scheduling, recording, editing, paying other people to edit the videos every now and again. Yeah, it's really, really interesting to look back on this past year. It's this series has done a lot for my channel, and I think it is gonna be up there with. I'm putting it in the same tier as something like UHC Generations, where it really impacted the course of my career as a content creator. Like UHC Generations helped me get into. If it wasn't for UHC Generations, I wouldn't have been collaborating with other people, because that's how I met Quilby. And through Quilby, I met Viking and Avid. And then through them, I met a bunch of other folks like Trog and Devin and Josh, and these folks that I've known for a really long time, and Duvid. And it's like UHC Generations helped me get my first connections and inroads with other creators. And look where we are now. A lot of us are on Skyblock Kingdoms, right? A lot of us are now full-time. But then similarly, this series helped me realize what I want to, what kind of videos I want to do on my channel, right? For the longest time, I didn't really have a niche, which is often a very commonly suggested piece of advice for content creators, that you should. Here, I'm gonna pause the ads because I'm kind of getting in my feels here. Wait, I didn't press the button. There we go. Yeah, one of the main things that people suggest to content creators when they get started is you should, especially in the Minecraft scene, you should find yourself a niche that you like. And that can be really specific. And I never really found myself a good niche for the longest time, admittedly. I was always kind of just making generic building videos, whether that be tutorials, general building tips videos, build showcase videos just showing off something cool I had made, or challenge videos where I challenge myself to build something with like a limited block palette or whatever. I tried a whole bunch of different things. Meanwhile, generally accepted good advice is to find something really specific and really nail down that advice. And a really good example of that is someone like Jake Kelton, who does his buildstone stuff. His whole thing is using redstone to make animated Minecraft builds and showing off what you can do with that. And that is such a specific thing to do with Minecraft, even in the realm of Minecraft building. No one had really taken it to the levels that Jake did before, and he had a really strong niche, strong core community established because of that. And sure, I never really had a niche for the longest time, but I think my point is that with the 10 Builders series, I'm realizing now what I want my niche as a creator to be. And I want to make these build challenge videos. I want to put together these multi-person, collaborative, mostly creative mode, mostly vanilla building projects that are just they're really fun for me. I love brainstorming the concepts for new videos. I love getting the right people involved. Obviously, if it's the kind of thing where everyone else can benefit and everyone can get content out of it as well, that's even better. But yeah, this series has really helped me realize what I want this main channel, this main LeonSBU YouTube channel to be for, right? Yes, it's for Skyblock Kingdoms. Yes, it's for that. It's for Skyblock Kingdoms, and it's for these creative build challenge videos in whatever shape or form they may take. Obviously, the 10 Builders format is one format, but then there's other things I'm going to be doing soon, more collaborative stuff in the future. So, yeah. It's really, really nice to found something. I have been making videos on this LeonSBU channel for almost 5 years now. I started in April of 2021. Now it's January of 2026, of course. So in 3 months, it'll be 5 years. And for the majority of that time, I was just kind of aimlessly making videos about building, throwing things against the wall and hoping something would stick. And, UHC Generations obviously took off really big, but that was after I had the world, so I only really ever got residuals from that. Skyblock Kingdoms obviously has done really well too, but that's another more recent thing. And Skyblock Kingdoms is great, but of course, I can't sustain like a full-time content creator lifestyle off of just SBK, not with the channel size that I am. I need something else. I need another niche beyond that. So yeah, this series has really helped me find my niche. And I know my niche is still rather vague compared, like some people have really specific niches. Another great example is Grazzy, the Breath of the Wild and Minecraft guy. there's his niche. You can describe what he is as a content creator in one sentence. And it says it on his YouTube channel. It says, yeah, I'm the guy that built Breath of the Wild in Minecraft. There you go. That's his niche. He takes worlds from video games, most notably Zelda, but also other ones, and he rebuilds them in Minecraft in these giant, large-scale building projects. That's his niche, and he's been doing that ever since that Breath of the Wild in Minecraft video first blew up however many years ago. And yeah, for the longest time, I didn't really have my niche. I was kind of just aimlessly wandering, and there you go, you know? It was, and I found, and yeah, Legs was also exactly, Legs just did 100 Days videos up until recently. He's branched out a lot as well. But in order to succeed as a full-time content creator, you really do have to find yourself a niche and stick with it. So I will always, even if there is some future where I am no longer making 10 Builders videos, maybe I finally run out of ideas. Maybe everybody I know gets tired of participating. Or maybe I just get tired of the series and I don't ever feel like making more. That's happened with previous series. My 7 Quick Tips series is dead in the water because I just can't be bothered to make more. Even if I do stop making videos at the end of the day, I'm still going to remember this series as the one that helped me solidify what my niche is going to be and what I want to use this LeonSBU channel for. You know, I have accrued subs and YouTube clout through so many different things, but I'm realizing now what it is going to be for, what the purpose of it all is. So yeah, it feels a little weird to say this about a silly little Minecraft video series, but it has in many ways helped me kind of find my purpose for this channel, at least. You know, streaming is another thing, Twitch, yada yada, that's mainly more SBK focused, but this series has given me a lot of purpose and a lot of direction for my channel. And that is something I am really, really grateful for and will always be grateful for. So yeah, that is my little spiel here. Thank you for listening, guys. I know it's, we got a little reminiscent here, a little silly with it, but yeah, thanks for listening, guys. That's kind of been my thoughts about the series and everything we've done over the past year and change. Rosemary and Chips, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. So yeah, I hope that was, you know, insightful or entertaining in some regard. Yeah, you know, it's nice to just kind of open up about these things every now and again. The series has done a lot for me, and it's really important to reflect on that. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We've taken things in a bit of an interesting direction here, for sure. I wanted to go ahead and bring ourselves back to spawn. And yeah, here we are, guys. We're back at spawn. We're back at the Void World, where all of these videos begin, where every single 10 Builders video begins. And without further ado, there's one final thing left to do for this stream before we go ahead and end things off. And that is, of course, to get you guys the world download link. So let me just go ahead and grab that from my Discord real fast. This is, of course, for all of you guys that have enjoyed the series. If you want to check out any of the builds that you've seen in these videos, you will have this exact same world right here. And if you'd like to find out what this book says, this lectern that I've been standing on, you can go ahead and find that out as well in the world download. But yeah, without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and send that in the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat, and I'll make sure to pin that message in both, so you guys can have that right there to the end of stream. So if anybody is looking for it, there you are. Enjoy the world download. It is free. It is available for everybody. Like I said before, my supporters on Patreon and YouTube were able to get access to this early. But for anybody that wants it, it'll be there. It'll be in my Discord server as well. And yeah, with that being said, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end off the stream for today. So I know we got all emotional here while I'm wearing my goofy little Buc-ee's hat. But yeah, it's been a good time. It's been a really good time. So, all right. I see some folks are streaming right now. I see Nuke is streaming. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys on over to Nuke. So folks on the Twitch side, we're going to go ahead and set up that. Folks on the YouTube side, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys off here. You guys are going to be redirected to my video tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, SBK video tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that. Really excited for you guys to see this upcoming SBK video. If you're on the YouTube stream, I'm going to go ahead and redirect you guys over to that. So take care, YouTube folks. I will see you tomorrow for the YouTube stream. Raid message